Love that countdown music. I am here with Melissa from Talking Mickey Project. So excited. Let me put on my glasses so I can see everybody. So excited to see all of you. Thank you for joining me. I have mail. From Talking Mickey Project. Sorry, I think I have an echo going. Let me, I don't need to hear it twice. Hi. So glad to see you. And welcome everyone in chat. So exciting. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing so many great friends. Chip Chip Cheerio, the velvet voice of Retro Disney is in the house. Please go check him out. And he started a secondary channel for all those retro theme park videos. So definitely check out Rob Fuzz. Oh, cool. And I'm going to be saying hi to everybody, but thank you everyone for being here. And if you do happen to be watching the replay, please leave a comment down below, #replay, so I can tell you that you're amazing. And thank you so many of you that are watching us live. Melissa, I can't believe it happened, and I'm going to blame Rob Fuzz, but I just hit 2,400 subscribers. Woo! What is happening?
Round of applause.
Thank you, all of you. It's because all of you. So thank you so much. And this number just kills me. 375,000 views. Like, awesome. Thank you. So many of you are Team Replay, and you play my playlist to keep my watch hours up. So thank you. And I'm even going to say a big thank you to the trolls out there who are watching.
The trolls.
Thank you.
Only Kelly would thank the trolls.
Thank you, trolls. I know you're watching. On the big screen, talking crap about me. But you know what? I love you too. Thank you for the view. So anyway.
So funny.
I try, but thank you to all of, Melissa, when you start this thing called YouTube, you don't think you're going to make friends, right? Did you think, you know what, we're going to do this and make friends?
No, we did. It took us so long just to reach, I'm going to reach 50 subscribers, and then the ball got rolling, and Kevin kept tweaking it here and squeezing it there and ratcheting it up there. And
wow.
And then with the interviews, what started was doing all the interviews. The first one we did.
Like you and I are friends. Like, I think we're sisters.
Oh my goodness. It's like we've known each other for ages.
You literally make friends with us. Please go check out Talking Mickey Project. Fantastic people, fantastic channel. They did a breakdown of their day one at Disneyland, Emma's birthday, which I happened to be in for just a little bit. It was like so awesome. But go check out that. But the interviews are crazy, off the hook. So many Imagineers and cast members and YouTubers. Mr. Cheesy Pop. What? So
we had invited him to meet us while we're there. His schedule just didn't allow it. So next time.
Yes, next time. And Sir Willow has been on, so please go check them out. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, the members. Thank you, our moderators. Please feel free to post links to Talking Mickey Project, as well as anyone else in chat that has a channel. Because you know what? We're all here to help each other. High tide rises all boats. Rob Fuzz was one of my very first supporters and friends that's kind of said, turn your camera around to Kelly, and do this and do that, and gave me helpful suggestions and really welcomed me into the community. So really appreciative of him. But let's say hi to all those that are joining us live. We have Princess Paula Bell, who's going to have a baby girl, and we're so excited for her, former cast member. Please go check her out. And so congratulations. And the amazing Movie Mania Nick. Don't do anything movies without checking out Movie Mania Nick's channel, because he does reviews on all the latest movies. But what I also love is that he will review movies from the 80s, which my love. I love that. And welcome our favorite crazy and wild guy, Crazy Mike's Fun Channel.
Yes.
Keep it clean, Mike. Keep it clean. Mary Carroll, welcome. So happy to see you. And the amazing Jonathan Mays. Thank you so much. I know they're friends of Emma's channel. We have Brian's West Coast Disney Adventures. Yes, Brian. That is so Brian taking all the credit, but
I know, huh?
I am so thankful, Brian, for you
Yes.
matchmaking me with my sister from another mister.
Yes.
And yay, VP, Adventures with VP, congratulations. He's finally come out and told the world that he is now a cast member with Disney Vacation Club. So if you
Yay!
see, Adventures with VP is your hookup. So congratulations, my friend. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to be back in Florida and see you. So thank you so much. Welcome, Fulton. So happy to see you. We have the very great community supporter, Byron Chandler. Thank you so much. I love it when it takes like 10 minutes just to say hi to all our awesome friends. And there's another channel by Rob Fuzz, Drop That Rope. So love Rob. He has the best retro Disney videos. He was, as a child, kind of like obsessed with videography. So when his parents would go stay at the Polynesian, can we say Rob was a very lucky young boy?
Yes.
Huge video camera, when they were ginormous. He said he even had a baby stroller to help carry it around the park. Now we're so spoiled with it on our phones.
Exactly.
Right? It's crazy what your phone can do. I think it's like a good thing, Melissa, and I also think it's kind of crazy because, like, when we were young, I mean, the good part is if your car broke down or whatever, you could call someone immediately. You didn't have to call your cookies to a payphone and put a quarter in, right? But like, you're never also out of touch either.
Right.
When you're sitting and at dinner or whatever, you'll see people and they're all like on their phones, where we actually had to talk to each other.
We all had to sit in the same room. We all had to eat what our mother gave us, or you went hungry.
Well, I still have those rules, to be honest. So,
well, Emma had so many feeding issues when she was little, so we were kind of lax. But she turned into a foodie, so
I love that. I love it. I love that. Now, I say that Taylor had a lot of food allergies too, and I don't know. The older I got, and I have 4 kids, so the younger kids got a little more spoiled. I'm like, oh, they don't like crust on their bread. Oh, they don't like cheese. Oh, this one doesn't like peanut butter. So I would end up making like 4 different things.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and I'm still that way. It's like, oh, this one doesn't like that, so I wonder why they're all spoiled.
Oh, but they're all wonderful.
They are amazing. They are. They make my heart so happy.
I've only met one. But in the future, we'll meet more.
Yes, absolutely. So John says he couldn't leave the table till we cleaned our plates.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, I never thought about saying to my mother, I don't like this. It never occurred to me to say, I don't like this. I want something else. I mean,
what? That's the same with us, but there was absolutely nothing that my mama cooked or still cooks, or my aunts, my mamas would cook that we never turned down. We ate because we thoroughly, they always say New Orleans is New Orleanians don't eat to live. They live to eat. Well, that's Cajuns too. Cajuns live to eat. I mean, that's the thing. We enjoy food. My mother enjoys cooking it. I enjoy eating it.
I love that you still have your mother, enjoy her, and you have your mother's cooking. That is like,
and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law did the more more Italian, New Orleanian cooking, but my mama was all Cajun. So,
oh my goodness, I love it. So and you know what? I actually opened one of your gifts. So let's talk about Magic Mail. Thank you for sending me mail. And now I'm going to do, the really tacky thing of, if you would like to send me gifts, I love gifts. There's my P.O. box down there. And, don't make my kids be tortured with me pouting. I literally will go, and if there's not like a card in there or something, I like pout. I'm the worst, Melissa. Like, nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to go eat dirt. Did you
I was
ever hear
about to
that?
say, you're going dirt now.
So don't make me torture my kids with the pouty face.
Well, you see,
But
what I sent you, I got a notification that it got delivered, and that's why I texted you saying your packages have arrived.
thank you so much, because it is at my P.O. box, and my car was stolen last year by a maniac. So, I have to have one of my kiddos
Right.
go get it for me. But Crazy Mike, no, you are the sole person that has sent me a PT-73, which is some sort of like battleship. So it was amazing, handmade out of like craft sticks. Incredible. I don't know if you saw it. Oh my goodness, Mar in Memphis is here. Hello, Mar. Welcome, welcome. And Taylor Made Magic, speak of the amazing girl she is. I was just telling everyone how amazing my kids are, Taylor.
Yes.
So I actually opened this one because I was like, did I order something from Amazon and have it delivered to the P.O. box? So Matthew brought it in and I opened it. So I can't even tell you. Okay, so I'm going to show it. You tell me the story. But it's a cookbook, but it's also like a book you read.
It's a storybook.
Yeah,
I have the same book. I have volume 1, book 1, and book 2. And if I was to do a cookbook, that's the style I would do it in. I
love it. It's called Who's Your Mama? Are You Catholic? And Can You Make a Roux?
Who's your mom?
Who's your mama? So, I'm from Southern Indiana, where we consider ourselves from the South. My daddy's family was from Kentucky. And thank you so much. But, those are the kind of questions, because everybody, is somehow knows at least the family name. So they're like, right. Who's your mama? Are you Catholic? But we didn't get asked if we could make a roux. We got asked if we could make biscuits and gravy.
For you is that I wanted to get the one that something that I had. And then I was thinking, going through the cookbooks that I have, and I like stories, because being a YouTuber, you have to also be a storyteller. So I said, well, this is cute. And I said, oh, she's Catholic. This is perfect.
Yes. So I love it. I love the title. I was like, oh my gosh, I am in love with this. And there is a little slip that says it's from you, but I was like, oh, that's it. So I didn't open the other one, but I often talk about in here on my shows that I will read cookbooks like a book, like at night, after I do my Bible in a year and everything, to relax, I will read cookbooks. Now, they're not storybooks, they're just cookbooks with recipes, and I'll put little sticky notes or make notes to the side, like, oh, I'd add this, I'd take this, or let's do this for this. So this one, I only read the foreword. It's literally a storybook.
It is. So it talks about the different seasons, the different cooking seasons, and you cook what's available in that year in the area that she grows in. Her name is Marcel, and you pronounce her name Bienvenue.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that.
Bienvenue.
Marcel
Bienvenue. Which actually means welcome in French. Bienvenue means welcome in French.
Oh my goodness, I learned something every day.
So what I was going to tell you is, if you come across a word that you can't pronounce, just text it to me and I'll send you the pronunciation.
Oh my gosh, I love it. But there's so many great things. Of course, there's beignets in here. And
there's she's got her family photos in there.
Yes, there's photos in here, but it is broken up by season. So spring, summer. In spring, it says like Easter bonnets, painted eggs, and a feast. But I love that the story's in there.
Yeah, so I love the stories.
I can't wait to start making something. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So if you would like one, it's on Amazon. Who's Your Mama? Are You Catholic? And Can You Make a Roux? So I love it.
And if you're real good, I'll get your book too.
Oh, yay. Well,
let me pay for the Disneyland trip first.
So, I'm not bad, Melissa. I'm I was just drawn this way. So being good is hard for me. But
But you're good at being bad.
yes, I am. And you know who my YouTube crushes just showed up? Pepper Tree Villa, the Masters of Christmas. Mwah, love you guys so much. Did someone say Disneyland? Yes, and yes, PTV. I have been twice in the last month. Melissa, Emma, and Kevin went for a week-long trip, stayed at the ultimate Disney hotel, the Disneyland Hotel in Fantasyland Tower.
Yes.
So yes, we're all about it. Taylor and I went to the Disney After Dark. I've been editing that video, the throwback night. So it was all like 50s and 60s. I'm telling you, it was amazing. We didn't even do a tenth of what you could do. And we just left wanting more. It was so good.
It's like
it was
we
so
were
good.
there the week before all the really good stuff happened.
Well, you were there Easter week.
We missed Dapper Days.
Right, because it was that weekend.
It was that weekend. And then we missed Throwback Night. But
next year we got to coordinate.
Next year is mine and Kevin's 30th wedding anniversary.
Oh, is there a cruise in your future?
There's a cruise. We're going to be doing. Right now we're talking about doing what Disney used to do is called the Land and Sea. I want to leave out of Canaveral, so it would be like a couple of days in Disney World. Get on the Disney Wish 4 nights, come back, do one more day, or go straight to the airport. So that's going to be the big trip, because we're hoping we can do what they call concierge, because with the amount of people on the Wish, yes, it's a little more, but with Emma, with the misophonia and her reactions to sounds, concierge level sounds like it would be perfect for her. Characters will come into that area where you are. You have access to a lounge, and of course, just like concierge level in the resorts, free soft drinks, snacks throughout the day, stuff like that. So we, in fact, Bridget, our storybook trips planner, is in Disneyland right now. When she gets back,
is she there for all the May the 4th?
Yes, she was there for the social media thing last night. She and her
pictures
boss
from
and
it.
a couple of other agents. Yeah.
So cool. Mara's daughter is in Disneyland for May the 4th. Mar, we really got to get this together so you and I can go with your daughter and my daughter. We got to get it together. No, Mar made the most amazing 100th anniversary dress for her daughter. She sent me a picture. You know how the 100th anniversary ears kind of look like it's dripping, kind of the platinum?
The platinum, yeah.
That's what the dress looked like. It looked like it was dripping platinum. It was amazing. And PTV says they love Dapper Days. We went for the throwback night. So they encouraged you to dress 50s, 60s. And so a lot of the people were there from the Dapper Day weekend, because it was on Tuesday that we went. So it was all about the outfits. So many people were just awesome, and it was fun. I've never been there during Dapper Days. It's a goal. Taylor and I are already planning our outfits. Hi, oh my goodness, William is here, and I get to say his name, Versiglio. It just rolls off the tongue so nicely. Thank you so much for being here. And my amazing friends, Charlie, Stacy, and kiddos. Floridians now. They were live streaming from Magic Kingdom earlier. I had a great time watching them ride Big Thunder. So definitely go check out my good friends, Disney Nerd Herders. They're just really, really great people, and I love them. I miss you guys, and I can't wait to be back in Florida and see you. Yes. No, PTV. If they do a throwback night next year, you have to go. I'm inviting myself. It was awesome. The photo opportunities alone were just crazy. And just the characters, they brought out characters you never see,
That's so cool.
It was so cool. I love Disneyland. I'm telling you, they do it right. So, not that I'm prejudiced or anything, but anyway, I have another package from Melissa. I love gifts. So yes, yes, yes. Let me see. I got some scissors. Now this one's a funny shape.
I'm
So
not telling.
I don't think it's a book. I
No,
already
it's not a
shook
book.
it. I shook it. It doesn't sound like a book. So,
But it
ooh,
goes with the book.
fancy. Okay, it's in black wrapping. Feels like a spoon. Oh my gosh. Look at this, everyone. Peace, love, and gumbo. I love this. Matthew, oh, what? What? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, Melissa. Oh my gosh. I used to have a friend in high school that would say, sign everything, peace, love, and go naked.
Well, they used to have one. What's Joe's Crab Shack? Peace, love, and crabs.
Yes, so peace, love, and gumbo. Now, if you didn't catch on, Melissa is from New Orleans. How do you say it? I always say it different every time I say it.
I grew up saying it New Orleans.
Orleans.
I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from the outskirts. I grew up more upriver, up the Mississippi.
MVP.
But we grew up saying New Orleans.
New Orleans. Because every time I've been to where like here in Arizona, you hear people say New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And then so you go to New Orleans, and then everyone that like is working at the restaurants will say it's not New Orleans, it's Nolans. Okay. I don't know. I'm just so I
I'll
just
be
see it
honest
different.
with you. I'm kind of a grammar nerd. New Orleans is kind of a bastardization of New Orleans because it's Orléans is really in France. It's Orléans, France. So when the French settled there, it was Nouveau Orléans or Orléans Nouveau. And then when the English and everybody else got there, it's New Orleans. But depending on where you go in the city, every part of the city has a different accent.
Isn't that amazing? New Orleans is really this, you know, when you talk
It's
about America being
really,
the melting pot. Yes, I was going to say that. It's the melting pot of gumbo.
Yeah. New Orleans is the ultimate gumbo.
So there's French. There was
Spanish.
So that's where we get the big Catholic influence. And then
you got the Creoles. And unfortunately, the slave traders who brought people in from Haiti and that area, right, which is where voodoo comes from, is from the Africa to Haiti to here. What you doing?
No, thank you. I'm swatting away the voodoo.
I don't believe in that stuff. I was raised Catholic. There's that quote from Everybody Loves Raymond. I was born. I'm Catholic. It's you're born that way. I'm like, no, you're not born Catholic, but I know what he means.
I do too. My mother was extremely Catholic. So, but I love this. So I love this. We ate at Cafe Orleans, which was just mediocre, I think. And I don't mean the company was out of this world. We had the best time.
Was stupendous.
But Cafe Orleans is not the same as it was before the park closures at all. It's mediocre at best. I say it's a pass. There's too much good things to eat in Disneyland to waste your time eating mediocre food.
And if you want good Cajun food, you go to, it's not Ralph Brennan's anymore, but just go to the Jazz Kitchen in downtown Disney. Blew me away. It blew me away. They had the dark roux. It was a little thicker gumbo than I'm used to, but it was still delicious. It was seasoned just right. I got the pasta jambalaya. Oh my gosh, it was so good with the spinach fettuccine. It was so
Now
good.
that's something when it comes from you. The girls and I ate there. Taylor Kennedy and I ate there one day, and we absolutely loved it. So I'm glad to hear from someone who really knows what they're talking about when they're
And they
talking
asked
about
me how
Cajun food.
they asked me how spicy. I said not too spicy. It's not that I can't handle the flavor. It's that I'm old and my innards can't handle the spicy. But I'm one of those who it doesn't. I'll put some Tabasco on it. You know, I'm not a Louisiana hot sauce. I like to, and they brought me some Tabasco, but it had the right amount of seasoning. It was seasoned perfectly.
That you sent me a picture actually
Yes.
while you were dining there, and was like, this is good Cajun food. So Jazz Kitchen, I'm sure
their beignets are made from Cafe du Monde dough. So the Cafe du Monde mix, which is from New Orleans, is what they use at the Jazz Kitchen. That's how you know it's a good quality beignet.
You know, because they're different. They're like your Disneyland mint julep beignets are very light. They're like almost like a pillow without a lot in them. They're wonderful, but they're not like a real New Orleans beignet. I mean, they're wonderful.
Oomph to it.
Yeah, where it's got some substance, you know.
But they use Cafe du Monde beignet mix. All I was missing was a cafe au lait, and my innards can't.
I'm pouring it on. Like I literally go through my favorite. I is Frank's Red Hot. Like I put it on everything that isn't like dessert. If it's not dessert, it's got Frank's Red Hot. Pizza, yes. Pasta, yes. Chicken, yes. Beef, yes. Frank's Red Hot. So the innards, stay strong. Stay strong. And PTV is going to do the 100 Days of Christmas leading up. They're going to start their forest. Have you seen how many trees is it, PTV? I think they did 27. 27.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, immaculately, intricately themed trees.
And here I am just trying to decorate my 9-foot tree year round.
Thank you so much. No, I love that. I love that when you posted the question. So you're decorating your tree year round. I love that. Like when I get into my own house again, I'm definitely stealing that idea. But you were asking about summer decorations because you're not really that much into the beach.
I'm not a beachy person. We've never been, beach people.
I like the idea of the beach. Like I like walking on the beach. I like beach shops. I like the little beach restaurants, but like I don't really like to get in the water.
I have a friend, my friend Alma, who lives they've retired to Sandestin, and they have a condo.
Good night, Debbie.
They have a condo on Destin, and she'll send, we'll FaceTime. I'll go, where are you? She goes, I'm having coffee on the balcony. I said, can I FaceTime you so I can see the water? I just want to hear it.
Oh, I love the sound of the ocean. Now, I have a house in Daytona Beach, and it's about 7 minutes from the beach. And I loved being able to go there and hear feel that ocean breeze. It's a lot cooler than like Orlando, and just see the water. But again, I don't really like to get in the water past like my knees, because I'm absolutely certain I'm going to be eaten by a shark. Because this girl is fat and salty. They will be going right for me.
The water's going to knock me down, and I can't get back up.
Oh my gosh, Melissa, true story. I forget that I'm old. Like I'm in denial about the whole mess. So about 2 years ago, Jalen was there for the summer. We all went to the beach, Matthew, Dylan, someone, and we were having the best time in Flagler Beach. And we're like, oh yeah, so we got these boogie boards, and I'm going to teach Jalen how to boogie board, because, I did it like 30 years ago, and I'm sure I'm still awesome, right? I'm in my mind. Oh my gosh. First of all, I need a bigger boogie board because I just went bam right to the bottom, like right to the bottom of the book. Like the boogie board would not hold me up. So, and then I thought, okay, I'm gonna run and then like skim across the water. No, bam. And then, getting up was not pretty. I was like, please God, don't let somebody be filming a TikTok of me like doing crazy yoga poses as I'm trying to get out of this water.
Oh my God, that's how I was trying to get out of the storybook land boat. I fell back down in the boat, and
Oh
I couldn't get my bearings back up. And I'm thinking, and I'm trying not to cry. I said, because some crazy person's gonna be filming this big Tata Moose trying to get her bearings so she can get up out of the boat. So I end up having to take my shoes off and then get on my knees, hands and knees, which hurts because both of my knees are bad. And then I had to pull myself up, and the poor cast members, because they had a big booty facing them as I was trying to get up like this and then hold on to the scooter so I could pull myself up.
I'm only laughing because I have been there, girlfriend. This is so stupid. Okay, so I've also discovered I can't wear, and welcome Jack Sandy Claus. I've also discovered I can't wear high heels anymore.
Oh no.
Just a few years ago, I would still, I had, my high heels that were made for walking and my ones that weren't made for walking, but I could still wear them, and I was out with Taylor at Ross and I fell down in the parking lot.
Ow.
And then, it's like in slow motion too. And I was like, okay, should I twist my body? What am I? I am actually falling. Please don't let someone run over me right in front of my daughter. So I like kind of crunched in and fell on my side. Was like a cockroach.
Don't you love how we're able to fall not so gracefully, but try to fall without hurting something?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't break a hip. I don't want to break my arm. So, so I remember from cheerleading, because 100 years ago, I was the person they would throw in the air. So if you think they're not going to catch you, you're supposed to tuck and go to your side.
Okay.
Tuck your head in and your legs in and don't put your arm out. So I went into full cheerleader mode in the Ross parking lot. I was like,
and Taylor's going, what are you doing?
First she was like so scared, like, and then she couldn't stop laughing. And me too. I'm on there like, I'm okay. Wait. And then I did the get on my knees thing, and it looked like I was doing a pole dance or something. I don't know. It was just awful.
Oh God.
I'm working it out in the Ross parking lot so I can buy another denim jacket. It's just awful. So anyway.
Oh, you're so funny. But I'm sure you've seen these memes where they say, girlfriend, you fall, I'll laugh, but I'll help you up.
Yes. Taylor was really great about it. She helped me up and was very worried about me breaking a hip, but oh my gosh.
Why doesn't this surprise me anymore?
Well, I hope Adam and Blake are enjoying it. I only have one Chihuahua tonight. There's Boo Boo right there.
Mine's
Angel
guarding my chair right now. She's sitting next to me.
I did not hit my head. So no concussion, just, a bruised ego. And, and then I gave Kennedy the shoes. I was like, I'm passing on the shoes, Kennedy. Your mother's going to
These are
be
yours
wearing flats. I'm going to the Converse, Crocs, and Birkenstocks or something. I don't know. So,
Well, I'm Converse, not Converse. I'm Skechers, Crocs, and what's the other brand? I'm mainly Skechers and Crocs.
Taylor got. I will have her show them. Taylor for the Disney trip, because Taylor has a pretty severe rheumatoid arthritis, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. And we weren't going to rent a scooter for her. So we had to really be strategic about her feet and legs.
Right.
So we went to the Crocs store, and they have the cutest sandals, and her feet did not hurt the entire night, and they're cute. They don't even look like Crocs. They're so stinking cute. So I was like,
that's what I have. I have Croc sandals.
they're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, those are so cute. So, judges, I'll tell you, years ago, I used to wear Crocs to Disneyland when I used to be young and do the open to close thing. Your feet don't hurt at them. They might look a little goofy, but your feet don't hurt.
If you break them in. You cannot wear Crocs
No, don't buy them
anywhere. You have to break them in. My husband didn't do that when he had Crocs, and he ended up with 12 blisters on each foot.
12 blisters?
And that was back in 2008.
Yeah, that's when they really were.
That was in 2008. My cousin Kevin kept saying, you need to break them in, break them in. I said, even if you wear them walking around the house, just break them in. And nope, wouldn't break them in. And he ended up with 12 blisters on each foot. We were at Studios. He and Emma left. I stayed. And then I went back in the rain, and they were waiting for me at the bus stop at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jumbo House. So I had to go in, ask for a wheelchair. And of course, you don't get a motorized one. Get a wheelchair. And I had to push him up the thing and then into the room. And that's when we first started renting scooters. Because he could not walk on his feet.
Yeah, you know what? If you need it, it makes it the best trip ever. If you need it and you don't get the scooter, it's the worst trip ever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 12 blisters on your feet. But yeah, break those in. And the regular Croc style, I always wear with a little pair of like head socks. Like
little no-show socks. Yeah.
The little no-shows. So that helps too. But so Brian or Mike, we're not going to get little weird circle suntan. First of all, I don't suntan. Let's be honest.
Oh no, I burn. I'm still peeling from my arm sunburn from the scooter. I'm still peeling.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to do my dad's old joke. You're so appealing. Yes. So please stay around. I'm going to open some more mail.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Now this was actually not in my box. It was given to me by Brian's West Coast Disney Adventures, but it's all made by So Cargo. So if you see anything, definitely message her on Instagram. They are such well-crafted ears. I'm telling you, they're amazing. So she sent some as gifts to me and my girls, and then I won some on Brian's channel. So go check out Brian's channel. He hit over 200 subs, and I don't know which is which, but I know which my girls have claimed. So this is really funny because Kennedy had just been telling me that she's a manager at Starbucks, and she gave everybody homework, and they were to watch Wreck-It Ralph. And she's been using Wreck-It Ralph quotes at work to motivate her employees.
Oh, how cute.
And one of the pairs is Wreck-It Ralph.
Awesome.
Like, how cute. And I love it. It's got like little, not jelly beans, but like Mike and Ike's as the bow. And there you can see Ralph and the little girl. Like, how cute are these? But I'm telling you, Cargo sews these. So they're just super sturdy. They're lightweight. I've had some So Cargo ears before, and they're just amazing. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Cargo. I love them. So these were perfect. Kennedy was so excited. So she let me keep them to show them to all of you. So Cargo on Instagram. And then these are for Taylor. You know that wrapping paper, tissue paper that when you order from Shop Disney, it has that like blue paper that has the silhouettes
Yes.
of, well, this is that print, but in pink. Are
I
you kidding?
love those.
Look at that. Look at that. I love the little heart print. These are Taylor's, so they kind of have a love vibe. I might be stealing these, but look at that. Look at that.
Those are precious.
Aren't they precious? So Cargo's amazing. So anyway, so cute. These are Taylor's, and so we're so thankful. And even on the inside, I don't know if you can see, it's embroidered.
Yes.
So Cargo. Like
Cute.
all the detail is just perfect. Now here's my pair, and I love this because I actually have this Dooney and Burke purse. It's a Dooney fabric, and I have the purse in all black. Like, are you kidding me right now? How cute.
The sketchbook series?
Yes, yes. And they had different colored Doonies, but I have the all black, and it's like so cute. I can't wait to like wear them together.
Yeah, I've seen the ones with the white background. Yes. That is adorable.
So cute. Now this one is, and it also says Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So you can wear it to either one. I love that. So cute. Okay, and there's more. This is so cute. I have been into headbands lately. And this is like Frontierland, which let's talk about that for a second. Like it's all Frontierland, like attractions. There's Big Thunder and the shooting range and the riverboat, because the riverboat is in Frontierland in Disneyland. So, okay, so there's been these rumors going around that Frontierland in Disney World may be switched over to New Orleans. Now, I want to know your thoughts on it, but I'm going to say my thoughts, and everybody come at me. I enjoy hate mail. No, I don't. Just don't do that. But no, I think it's a fantastic idea because Frontierland in Disney World has no purpose. Like there's no it's just a way to get to Big Thunder and to Splash Mountain. There's nothing like that great about it. It's just a walkway. Am I wrong?
Well, one of the reasons there's no New Orleans in Florida is because, technically where we are, New Orleans is so close to Florida. So one of the reasons when they were doing the Magic Kingdom, Walt didn't have plans for a New Orleans Square in Orlando because New Orleans was so close to Florida. Since I don't live there anymore, I love the idea.
Well, I love the idea.
Haters are gonna hate. But I like the idea. I just want to see how great the Imagineers turn a mountain into a bayou, because there are no mountains in Louisiana, and in New Orleans is literally a gumbo bowl.
Tweet. Hi, Robin.
It's below sea level. That's why everything's got to work. That's why when it floods,
Mara, that's my only hesitation, is that I am a big fan of the Country Bears. I am in love with Country Bears. Yes. I love them so much. I get a kick out of it, but I'm a hillbilly. My parents, well, not my mother. My mother's family was very fancy. But my dad's family, they are hillbillies and the best people. And I just love it. Like literally I would grow up going over to my papa's and they'd be playing the banjo and the harmonica and the, you know what I mean? It was like that. So I just love it. However, Frontierland in Disney World is not that greatly themed. The restaurant is thumbs down. Don't even talk to me about Pecos Bills. Like it's so yuck. Yuck. So imagine Imagine making it all new. I just think it's a great idea.
Now, what they could do
Pete,
is make it
please go check
truly
out Pete McDevitt. Love him, the godfather of the Disney community. I didn't mean to
with
interrupt you,
hot
but
sauce.
I'm
Tabasco,
all
right,
a
Pete?
flutter with Pete here.
Now, what they
Who
could
the
do
hell
with
Hey, Kate.
Adventureland is they could change it into more of the bayou.
True.
Instead of making it New Orleans Square, make it more of because it's going to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure. You make it more of the bayou because you can make it more or make it Cajun country, but that's not going to go over too well because there's only a small population of people who understand Cajun. So
true. Well, I think it's a great idea. I think they should do it. And Pecos Bills, thumbs down. But it's I probably my favorite princess other than Merida is Tiana. I love Tiana. She's awesome. She's good looking. She's driven. She can cook. She's got it all. There is no indication that she is a fan of Bayou Adventures. So Disney, you missed the mark there, and those
but you know
ugly
what, again, what
clothes
they're
you put her
doing?
in.
They're putting pants on Tiana too.
Yes, can we talk about that hideous outfit that you're putting Tiana in? Why do all the women have to wear man pants? Like, what is the deal? Ugly man pants.
Now, have you seen the photos of the Disney Cruise Line 25th anniversary? How Minnie's dressed?
Oh gosh, I talked about it a live stream or two ago. It's the most hideous outfit.
She's in palazzo pants.
Oh no, I saw
the 25th anniversary of the cruise line Minnie outfit.
Oh, I'm talking about the new
palazzo pants.
The new.
But Captain Minnie, I'm not a fan of.
Captain Minnie is hideous.
Yes.
Like she would never wear that.
No.
She would never. Like, ugh. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. Here's a little like pouch you could put like debit cards in or your room card or something that Cargo also made.
Oh, cute.
Really cute. Kennedy took the Captain Hook like makeup bag already. Look at this. Like this is making all my 80s, 90s dreams come true right now.
Cute.
A scrunchie. There's one more thing. Okay.
Emma used
and
to
then
wear
another one
when
of
her
these.
hair was long.
So,
that is so cute. Those are cute gifts, like you said, to give a gift card in.
Yes, so cute. Okay, so that was from them. But no, yeah. So Disney. Oh my gosh, did you ride Roger Rabbit?
No.
You're glad I will never ride it again. And
we
love
rode
that
it
ride.
in 2019 and it gave me whiplash.
Oh, I love that ride. But you don't have to turn it. Like it won't turn that much if you don't turn it.
I left it alone because.
Have a good night, Nick. Please go check out my good friend Movie Mania Nick for everything awesome and movies. I love that ride. And it was like a story of the movie. Like you went through the movie. Well, then they said that they were going to put Jessica Rabbit in a trench coat. Now she's going to be a detective, which in the movie, she gives no indication that she wants to be a detective and be covered up in a hideous trench coat. And now it's not worth riding. Not just because I thought it would be the same ride. She would just be wearing the coat. But a lot of the rooms you go through are empty and there's no story. It has no anything to do with the movie.
Right.
I hate it. So never. Anyway, thumbs down.
I was kind of the same way. And this is going to be an unpopular position. Now that I've met her, it's different. But I did not like them changing pirates. I liked, them saying with the redhead on the thing, we wants the redhead. We wants the redhead. What the heck was wrong with that?
Okay.
But now that I've met Pirate Red in person, it's...
I'm
not that against it like I used to be.
Oh my gosh. I'm editing actually that video and the video of the Disneyland, and I was like, oh my gosh, meeting Pirate Red. I had never met her. She was so good because she had that
phenomenal.
She had that sass. She had that sass. Now the story is, when you go in the Disneyland version, of course, because you know it's better, but it's the original.
We hands down agree it's better.
Yeah, there's the one in Florida is missing so much of the story.
Yes.
So when you go through the room where there's the bar scene where the skeletons are drinking and you can see it go down, there's a painting of a scantily clad, redheaded, tattooed woman over the bar. That's Pirate Red. That's Red. That's who wants the redhead. It's the end of the story.
Okay.
She becomes the pirate queen. So when she was working it and batting her lashes, that woman wanted to be bought because she had a plan.
There you go.
She was going to become queen. Now, this was out of Mark Davis's mouth himself. That was the whole ride. You're going through the beginning to the end, except you start at the end, just like you go down a waterfall and up a waterfall.
Okay.
So when they have her hawking chicken, that is not what she's selling. She's a girl who knows what she's got and she's working it. And my mother used to say, work it, Kelly, while you got it. So, you know, but I love that. You know, we wants the redhead. So I may or may not, Melissa, every time we go by that scene, yell out, we want the redhead. And you know what?
I want to ride pirates with you.
Always. People start clapping and start shouting it too. So just saying. But she was fantastic. The Pirate Red character that we got to meet. And, you know, in Disneyland, they're roaming characters. So it's not like this, hey, the character's going to be here at this certain time, stand in line. It's not how they do it. It's like organic. So when I met you and I saw her in the Pieces of Eight, I was like, I don't know, an 8-year-old.
Kelly's like this.
Pirate Red's over there. Pirate Red's over there.
Pirate Red's over there. You see her? She's over there. She's over there. She's over there.
She's right there.
Hi, Melissa and Emma, but that's Pirate Red. No,
I'm rude. I'm so rude. No. I was like, I'm so excited to meet you, but Pirate Red's right there.
But she was awesome. I loved how she stayed. You know, she was, you know, and she was asking where my captain was, and we said, excuse me, Captain Kevin's over there. You know, and she's hollering over the people, talking to Kevin on the other side. It was phenomenal. And I don't know if you caught it, when Red's being, you know, serious, you know, like this and Emma smiling. Emma can't take a straight picture. You tell her to frown and she won't do it.
That is so funny. You know, it's probably because when she was little, her mama was always saying, smile, smile, smile for the picture. You know what I mean? Like Matthew cannot take a not smiling picture. Even in his like football pictures, I was like, Matthew, make sure you smile, because in 20 years from now, you don't want to look back at that picture and think you were constipated. You know how they tell the football players to go like this? Anyway, I'm sorry, Melissa. ADD is a thing. No, Emma was, Pirate Red was so cute with Emma. And then, she was so, like, the little boys that met with Pirate Red before Emma, she got down on her knee and like was eye to eye with them and really talking to them and asking all the good questions. And it was like a dream. Like, honestly, I was just so excited. And, you know, I feel like she was very generous with her time.
She was.
Like, amazing. And when she asked me to hug, I was like,
oh gosh, Brian, am I?
Do you know in your stream, thank you for not taking out I said, Brian, you know how I was talking about being conversational with George? And I was like, Brian needs to learn what not to say. And what not to send people in their direct messages.
Uh-oh.
Some sort of raccoon with gas, I think Taylor got. But anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
And tweet. Rock and Robin, thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. Lie to me. Tell me I'm doing a good job.
Smash that like button.
And thank you, Melissa, for hanging out with me. I'm going to open some stuff.
Let's do this.
Please hang out. Okay, so I'm excited. Thank you, So Cargo. Thank you, Melissa. Amazing stuff. I'm going to, put my P.O. box there again. Send me something because I'll send you something back. So I love getting postcards from where people live.
Well, now I send you something from Texas.
Yes.
From San Antonio.
My nephew grew up in San Antonio, so I love San Antonio. It's so beautiful. The Alamo and the what do they call that walk area where it's by the water?
The
River walk. So I get a couple I think like just prior to the world shutting down, and then especially when the world shut down, everybody was all into these subscription boxes because they could be sent to your house. I tried quite a few. These are the ones I love. I continue to love. So they're the only ones I show. But Pura Vida, I'm obsessed. I love the youthful beachy vibe. I am in denial. I'm always wearing at least 3 Pura Vida bracelets. So they have a bracelet club. You can pay anywhere between $9.99 and $14.99, depending on how many months you sign up for. If you just do it month to month, it's $14.99. So this, I'm so excited because I do not have this color. So this is actually March because I get mine kind of late in the month. Purple.
Oh, like an amethyst.
Purple. Yes. So there's like the purple stringy one. And then this one kind of has like mirror type links. I love that. And then this one, I want to be able to show this. This one has like a half moon maybe looking thing. Ooh, and it's purple. So purple and like silver, like how cute is that? So you always get at least 3 bracelets. Sometimes I've gotten as many as 5. So I have this little hanger and I hang them on it, and I like to match my outfit. So fun. And I love it because it's not expensive, but it's like getting a gift. What can you get for $15, honestly?
Not much.
Not much. And if Pura Vida sold at like, downtown Disney and at Disney Springs and a lot of beachy shops, and one bracelet will cost you that. So, and then they always send a fun sticker. So here's like orange sunglasses. So I always give these usually to Kennedy, or I tuck them in my member mail.
There you go.
Yeah, so that one's really cute. And then I also get the jewelry club, which you usually don't get bracelets. So you get earrings or rings or necklaces. And I've kind of, since I had to move back to Arizona, I had to leave everything I owned. I left with literally just a backpack. I had to flee. So I had to start over. So this is the jewelry club, and let's see what, I never know. Oh, these are cute. Okay. Oh, there's one more thing. I was like, there's usually at least 2. Okay. So these are earrings, but let me show them to you. I love that. They're gonna be dingly. But I love it. So I've been able to rebuild like, a jewelry outfit. Those Disney bounding I've been doing with some of my friends, Joy S and Vicky's Tigger Tails. This matches. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it because I'm not very good at that. But there's like a purple stone right there. Yeah. And look how cute those are. And they're very lightweight, so they're not heavy. Have a good night, Brian. You're the best. Thank you for introducing me to my fantastic friend. You're amazing. Yeah, go do those dishes before your mom gets upset. Those of you that have your mamas, enjoy it. Do the dishes. Um, are you doing anything for Mother's Day? So I got the earrings. Now the jewelry club, it comes once a month. I get nothing, but I do have a discount code. Let me see if I have it. And you save
My mother's
20%.
we decided because there's not a whole lot of we haven't toured Texas. We've
Oh,
been to us, so we're gonna go to cute
isn't that
ring.
cute? And you know what? It matches the bracelets too. It's
Yeah,
got like a purple stone. How cute is that?
that's adorable.
So you're gonna go do something
We're gonna
Texas?
we're gonna go to Waco.
Oh, how fun! So
So
what are
we're
you gonna
gonna
do
go
there?
stay at a cute bed and breakfast, a little Airbnb. Kevin tried to do one from the Gaineses from Fixer Upper, but they're a little too pricey. So we're gonna be there for 3 nights. We're gonna go tour the Dr. Pepper Museum
What? Is Dr. Pepper from Texas?
from Waco.
Like a
Yeah,
wow.
and there's a Texas Ranger Museum there. Emma likes going to antique stores and looking for old Coca-Cola merchandise and old Disney merchandise. I go in looking for Beatles stuff. So each of us has a certain thing that we're looking for.
Kennedy and I love, and Taylor loved when we travel to visit antique stores, thrift shops,
Yes.
usually in those old like downtown areas, there's great shops like that.
And there's
And I
lots of
love,
little and there's lots of little towns around us, or like maybe 60 minutes from us, like Comfort, Fredericksburg, Bernie's not that far away from where we are. New Braunfels, Green, they all have these little antique shops, and those are the stores we like going in.
oh my gosh, I love that because it's like a treasure hunt.
Yes.
So you're looking for Beatles.
Hmm.
Now Emma and I would be looking for the same thing. I love the vintage Disney. I used
Hmm.
to have a whole Coca-Cola kitchen. Love that. And what's your husband looking for?
Nothing
Or
in
is he just or
particular.
is he that's just there to make you girls happy?
He's just there. Well, he follows Emma along. He follows Emma because Emma's Coca-Cola addiction and Disney addiction started with her daddy. So he looks for like old timey things, or I'll look for things like, oh, my mama had that. Oh, that's something my aunt so and so had. When I see dishes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm mainly looking for Beatles stuff.
It is really cool when you go and you see stuff that like takes you back to your childhood or your grandma's house or your Mima's house or what's really scary though is I start seeing toys I played with as a child. You know?
There's a Facebook group called Gen Xers. And every time they put something, oh my God, that brings me back. Oh, yes, I had that. Oh, no, I wish I had that. So and so had that, but I was jealous that she had that and I didn't have that.
No, seriously, that is a real thing. What was that thing for you? That like when you were little, like I was spoiled rotten. I was the youngest of 4 children by
Mm.
a lot. I had a sister 20 years older than me,
Oh, wow.
a brother 19 years older, and another brother 6 years older. Um, and so, I pretty much got everything. But there was one thing that I didn't get too, that I wanted so badly. It still pains me. Do you have anything like that? You're like, I really wanted that.
I always wanted an easy bake oven.
We
You
are
do?
sisters. Do you know what I always wanted?
I
Was
never,
the Holly Hobby Easy Bake Oven. And my sister was 20 years older than me. So she had a stepdaughter that was my same age. And Christmas, Cindy got the Holly Hobby Easy Bake Oven. And I thought it was mine, and it wasn't, and it was Cindy's. And I'm still not over it. And my mother kept saying things like, you'll burn the house down. It was so cute. It was all like vintage looking, and you could,
Yes,
make
yes.
little cakes in it, and it had the like Holly Hobby on there with like all that blue and like that dusty blue and brown. I could see it in my mind.
Now I had a Holly Hobby lunchbox and thermos.
Oh my
When
goodness.
lunchboxes and thermoses were metal.
Yeah, I definitely had, I know I had grease. I had a grease one. And at Star Wars, I had a Star Wars one only because I was getting to the age where I wanted boys to think I was cool. But oh my gosh. Please do. It's not the same, Robin. It's not the same.
It's
Like,
not the same.
right? With the light bulb and the cooking of the little tiny cakes and the little tiny cookies. And like, it was kind of cool because like theoretically you could do it in your room. So it would be like, I am making a cake in my room. And nobody can stop me. It was like,
Exactly.
Little girl's freedom is that easy bake oven. I don't know. It made me think of this, but I also collect vintage aprons. I am obsessed with like the frilly, cutie patootie aprons like people used to wear.
Like June Cleaver.
Yes, yes. And did your mom have these little like nightgown sets that had the sheer like little jacket thing? Oh, my mother had those, and my friends would come. My friend Chrissy, who lived next door, would come over because we lived in the country, and we would wear those and act like princesses. Like,
now I remember my mom had a pair. These were high heels, but they were remember how the high heels were all cork in the late 70s?
Yes.
I would love, and I fit into them, but I would love to wear those shoes when they were building our house. We were living in a mobile home, and they were building our house on the land next to it. So when Daddy was working on that, so on Saturdays when my mom worked and Daddy was out working on the house, and I think Aaron was with him, I would go underneath my mama's bed, get those shoes, and walk around the trailer with them. And then when I see them, I take them off and then stick them back under the bed.
I love that. Oh my gosh, so much. Yeah, my mother wore like Chanel suits. And my mother was paralyzed, but she would wear cute shoes because she was in the wheelchair. Mm-hmm. She would have these cute shoes. And I remember taking her pantyhose and sticking them into my little panties. I was like 5 years old and wearing her cute shoes and thinking I was all it. I was it. Her little Chanel suits. Yes.
Do you remember shoes called yo-yos?
Were these the ones that were I called them roller coaster, but are those what those were?
The heel had like an oval in it.
Yes. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Oh, yes. Now I know what you're talking about.
I had one pair of yo-yos.
Yo-yos. You were cooler than I had. I don't know what they were actually called, but I called them roller coaster shoes. They had a bottom that was like kind of gummy. I don't know how else to say, but it kind of went like that. And I think they were made by Hush Puppy. There was a Hush Puppy up in Indianapolis, and we would drive up there and all of us would get new Hush Puppies. And mine had that roller bottom, and I'm telling you, no kindergartner alive I was like, watch out, you biatches. I got these roller coaster Hush Puppies. I could have any one of these men in the kindergarten I want.
I got these. Remember the days of getting your Easter shoes, your first pair, your white shoes? Getting your Easter shoes and your Easter dress, and then you would get your Christmas shoes and your Christmas dress.
Absolutely. Let me know in chat. Oh, yes, please. I'm loving it. So Mar has one of those easy bake ovens.
Oh,
no, man. Like I was so obsessed with Easter and Christmas, it's all about the clothes. It's all
Yes.
about the clothes. And the little fold down bobby socks with the little lace around them that I'd wear with my mother was 40 when she had me.
Right.
So she was a little more probably traditional. So I got the little white gloves and the little hat and the little fold down bobby socks with the little lace around them. And at Easter, I'd get white patent leather shoes. And then for Christmas, I would get black patent leather shoes.
Yep.
And usually some sort of like plaid, because my dad's family was Scottish. So we'd have,
You don't say, Merida.
So, but it was all about the clothes. Now oh my gosh, first communion. Okay, so
yes,
I have a tragic story here. Well, it is to me because whatever. But I was so excited for first communion because of the dress. Like I look like a little bride. My mother had the dress custom made for me. I had the little shoes, the little bonnet, the little white gloves, and guess what? We went to Disney World the week that my first communion was. So I didn't get to do it.
You went to Disney World?
Yes, and I was so mad.
That good little Catholic girl.
So I had to do first communion when we got back all by myself.
but then you would have been the only one. You didn't have to share a spotlight.
True, but it was like after mass, so it was like
I don't remember what I wore for my first communion, because of course I was born in 1966, so I'd have no idea. But I do remember the little lace thing on my head that I had to borrow.
I was like, it was like a bride outfit. It was so cute, right? The little thing.
Now, when Emma made her first communion, Emma's not a frilly, she's never been a frilly girl. I mean, I think I've got her in frilly dresses all of 5 times in her whole life. That's counting her ball dresses for Fiesta Special. But she likes something very tailored. So I found her communion dress at JCPenney's. It's very tailored. It was perfect. If we wanted to wear it again, she could.
Yeah.
But there were girls there in Jackson, Tennessee, which is between Memphis and Nashville on I-40 corridor. They look like little mini quinceañera dresses.
Yes, yes.
They were truly mini brides. And I'm like, they're 7. What are you going to do when it's prom, when it's dances,
Yeah, true. I don't know. It's all about the clothes. My daughters, Taylor was born she's not a tomboy like I am. She's very frilly.
She's going to hate you for saying that.
No, Taylor came out wanting to put crowns on, very fancy. And Kennedy, exact opposite. She would literally cry as a little girl, like did not want anything itchy, didn't want anything like too embellished, just wanted to wear jeans and t-shirts. And like, she got a little old, and I made them always wear a dress to mass,
right? And,
dress at certain places. But, it's funny how different kids can be. And Kennedy would be more like Emma, like, oh, do I, at least don't make it too much.
Yeah, the cute dresses you'd see in Cracker Barrel when Emma was itty bitty.
Oh, yes. Those are so cute. Yes.
Or Gymboree.
I love Gymboree. Children's Place. I would
get even Shop Disney.
Yeah.
We would love to go to the Disney store, which Emma used to call the Disney World store. We'd go to the Disney World store in Wolf Chase Mall outside of Memphis. And she would love those clothes, with the characters. Her first concert was Bear in the Big Blue House. So of course we had to get her the bear denim jumper. I love denim jumpers on Emma with little white shirts.
I was obsessed with like the overalls and the little jumpers.
Oshkosh Bagosh was my friend.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing cuter than kids in little Oshkosh Bagosh overalls.
Yes.
Like, literally, boys look adorable. Girls look adorable.
And the little pink and white stripe.
Yes.
Denim.
It was like the railroad print, but it was pink and white.
Yes.
My girls had that too. So cute.
No, Brian amazing how Emma actually wanted to wear that dress on the Disneyland day. I was shocked that she wanted to wear her dress.
Was made for her.
Yes.
Like it literally was just, I want one too. After I saw her on it, I was like, I need that because I love the kind of vintage Disneyland vibe it has. It's so cute. Hi, Richard.
A little figure for it.
Oh, she's so tiny. So it's perfect. But yeah, I used to love the Children's Place in Jamboree. I would go and get Taylor and Kennedy. They are not quite 2 years apart, and Taylor is very small, so they were usually about the same height. And they looked identical, so everybody thought they were twins. So I would dress them in the same outfit, but different colors. Oh, so yeah, Taylor would always get pink and purple, and Kennedy would always get orange. Like orange is her favorite color. So, and I love that at Children's Place they always had all the different colors, or orange or yellow would be Kennedy.
Mara Memphis says, "Holy macaroni! Wolf Chase Galleria, the Disney store is now in H&M." We were in Jackson, Tennessee for 14 years. And we would have to take Emma to Le Bon or Children's for all of her specialist needs until our pediatrician moved us to Vanderbilt in Nashville.
Oh my goodness.
Emma's first carousel ride was in Wolf Chase Mall.
You know, back when malls were king, like I loved the malls. Like the Disney stores were literally like a little piece of Disneyland or Disney World. Like they felt magical. They had the, moving kind of animatronic kind of things. You know what I mean? Like in the display.
They had clothes that fit me.
Oh my gosh. And
it wasn't just for the littles.
No, they had great adult stuff. They had great little kid stuff. We used to live for that. And they'd send coupons in the mail for so much off or whatever. All about it.
About 60 minutes away from Wolf Chase Mall, which is it was in Bartlett, not quite Memphis. But
nice.
We used to love to take Emma there. Emma called it the Disney World store forever.
And I love that they had, there's a couple malls here in Phoenix that had the big carousels and, big playlands and that were so cool. And, it was a great way to go inside where it's not hot.
Right.
And shop around, get some exercise, look at things. So much fun.
Well, that's what they're saying.
But Marm recognizes because she used to live there.
She relocated in 2015. By 2015, we were in South Carolina, Florida, and then we moved to Texas the last week in 2015.
Oh, so you've only been in Texas 8 years?
Yeah, we moved the last week in 2015. Kevin started his job the first week in January of 2016.
Oh my gosh. Kate says her uncle was the mall Santa.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. And you never knew, I'm sorry, I'm just full of stories. My daddy, when Matthew was born, and my nephew, little Scott, they're only 6 months apart. He decided that he went and had himself made a custom Santa Claus suit. It was just gorgeous, this thing. And my dad was
always wanted one.
A towering man. He was a mountain of a man, and so he would, Santa would come by and hand out gifts in the morning and, all that, ho, ho, ho. And then he would disappear and my dad would emerge. It was like Superman. And I owned a dance studio at the time. And when Matthew was about almost 5. And my dad said he would come to the Christmas party for all the girls and be Santa. So he's there and Matthew's there. So I take Matthew over to see Santa and, it was great. And afterwards, Matthew comes up to me and goes, "Mommy, Santa and Papa have the same shoes."
Oh.
And I was like, my heart just went like, oh my gosh. And he
Mm.
goes, you know what else? Papa and Santa have the same watch. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't notice. Talk to my dad about that. And then he goes, and you know what else? Papa and Santa have the same glasses. And I was like, really? I didn't notice. And he goes, you know what that means? And I was like, oh,
Oh
I'm not ready for
no.
this. And he goes, all old people shop at the same store. I've probably told that story before.
I love it. Oh, that's so funny. When Emma was, we were still living in Jackson, and the center where she, the pediatric therapy center where she attended, would have we would do a Christmas party on a Friday night for all of our patients and families. And it was a really cute thing. And then they came up to me and they asked me if the Santa they normally got couldn't do it. Would Kevin do it? And I said, okay, but we really need to figure out how to do this because he was planning to come with me to this thing. I mean, she was 3. So one of Emma's therapists says, well, I'll go pick him up and bring him, and then I'll bring him home. And that's what we had to do. I mean, the guy brought the costume home to Kevin. Kevin put it on. Jim brought him back. He played Santa Claus for everybody. And then he went home, and Emma kept going, where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? I go, oh, Daddy probably has a headache. So this is before everybody had a cell phone. So I call him from the Kiwanis Center. I go, you have a headache. So we get home and he's like this.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That is so fantastic. I love that so much. Oh my goodness.
And of course, being special needs, she still believes, but we tell her she's too old.
Oh, really?
Old. Yes.
Well, my daddy told me that Santa Claus was real, and as long as you believed, you got presents. So I got presents until my daddy died 21 years ago from Santa. So I tell my kids the same thing. Santa's, as long as you believe, Santa brings you presents.
That's what I like the movie The Santa Claus. The first movie was like, well, this explains everything.
Right?
This explains how he got into the trailer to deliver stuff to me and Aaron because we didn't have a chimney.
Oh, because
fireplace.
And as a little kid, do you remember kind of worrying about that? Like, hey, we don't have a chimney. What's happening? How's it getting
you were
here?
at somebody else's house.
Oh, yes. Because one year, I remember being all distraught because my sister and her husband lived in Colorado. He was in the Air Force. And so they lived there with my nephew. And we were going there for Christmas, their first year being there. And I'm only like 3 years old. And I'm like, but Santa is not going to find me. There's my number 2. My nephew got there's a Mrs. Beasley doll. Do you know who Mrs. Beasley is?
It's gone. I wish I had her. My cousin broke her glasses the first on Christmas Day. Well, I was telling Kevin when I see the Bradford Exchange, yes. I really want a Mrs. Beasley again.
I know, right? From the Family Affair, and I had the little redheaded, curly-haired girl, and I love that show. And
Buffy,
yes. So we went to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and it's Christmas morning, and so I toddle out, and there's a Mrs. Beasley doll, and I'm holding it and rocking it, and like I'm so excited. My sister came out, grabbed that from me, and now understand she's an adult, and says, "That's not for you. That's Chad's."
They bought a Mrs. Beasley for their son.
Yes. Well, my sister was kind of like a hippie sort of. And that's what my mother said. And she listened to John Denver.
So she was getting high. She was at Rocky Mountain High.
But so yeah, she and I'm still not over it. The Mrs. Beasley doll and the Holly Hobby, easy bake oven.
Now,
But
like I said, I
was very worried.
I had.
So you had the Mrs. Beasley.
I had past tense. My cousin Ron John broke her glasses on Christmas Day. I'll never forget that. Little toe
Ron John.
But yeah,
and Mark says a chatty Cathy.
Beasley.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't have a chatty Cathy, but I had a. There was, in fact, when I hear Dapper Days, I think of Dapper Dan. There was a Dapper Dan and a Dressy Betsy, and it taught children how to do all the fasteners.
Yeah. It had the little
buttons,
shoes
zippers,
that
buckles.
That's oh my gosh!
I wish I had that.
Brian had a Raggedy Ann and Andy. I love those little, and I had picked up somewhere. I used to have a daycare business, and I found some of those at like a thrift store or antique store or something. And I used them with my daycare kids. They were great. I collected Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls because there were no dolls with red hair.
No.
And so my daddy and mom, they would always buy me Raggedy Ann dolls because they had red hair. So I had like a whole bunch of them. I loved them.
Cute.
Yes, so fun. Oh my gosh, Mar has a Mrs. Beasley doll in the box in Ohio. We need to go on a trip, girlfriend.
We need to do a road trip. You come back to me, and then we'll head to Ohio.
Yeah.
No, we'll stop in Memphis. We'll pick up Mar, and then we'll head to Ohio.
My dream is honestly to get not like a big RV, but like, the little ones. It's like just a little like van in the front, but it's like a little,
those are Class C's. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want one of those. And then that's what we'll do. I'll pick you up. We'll go pick up Mar. We'll just eat
my friend Alma, the one who they're in Destin, they have a glamper.
Ooh.
Glamper. It's a huge Class A.
Wow.
It's like 30 feet, it's one of the large ones, but they're a family of 6, when they have her father-in-law with her. Lots of people are liking us chatting back and forth.
I know, we to be making this a thing. Sorry to keep you up so late.
It's only 11. Look, I don't have to get up early tomorrow. Kevin does.
Rockin' Robin, what's funny is I kept all my Raggedy Ann dolls, and I thought my girls would love them, and they did until apparently it came out the Raggedy that scary girl that comes out of the thing out of the TV with the drippy hair. That scary movie. I don't watch scary movies.
I don't.
Apparently, she was a Raggedy Ann doll or something. I don't know, but Taylor's like they're all cursed. You can't have, but they were so cute because they had the printed heart on their chest and their little clothes, and it was so cute.
Now, did you do Build-A-Bears with your girls?
Yes. Did you too? I'm so glad that Build-A-Bear has survived the lip. So fun. So did you do that with Emma?
Oh yes. Again, in Memphis.
Yeah, when the malls were king, we got first, before Build-A-Bear, we got a Mr. Paddington, which was a Build-A-Bear, Paddington Bears. And it was a big deal, and they were opening at our new mall, and Kennedy was in a stroller. Kennedy and Taylor were in a stroller, and Matthew was 12, and we went, and they all got to pick them, and it was a big deal. I still think it's the coolest idea. Knott's Berry Farm has one at Knott's Berry Farm. I don't think Downtown Disney still has one, but they're just so fun. when I was a Girl Scout leader, we went and did the whole like behind the scenes tour
Oh
at
gosh, we did that
Build-A-Bear.
with
Did you do
Mom.
that?
Yes.
Oh my God. It wasn't that so cool.
I wasn't
See,
a troop leader, but or she would have one of her, school friends would have a party, and we would all drive to Memphis together, and we'd go to Wolf Chase Mall, and we'd go to
thank you,
Build-A-Bear, and
Mary.
yeah.
I love that. So was Emma in Girl Scouts? She was a Girl Scout?
Yes.
Or I love that.
Just 2 years.
I was the Girl Scout leader. Now we did we did important survival skills, like how to, go to a resort hotel and order room service. We did not camp, but we did things like go to the American Girl store in Hollywood in Beverly Hills, and we went to Build-A-Bear, real
Cute.
life skills, not those other camping in the rain crap. Monroe Molly's here, also known as Molly, her secret identity. Thank you so much for being here, girlfriend. Love you. We have just been talking about a bunch of stuff. So, is it May 4th already? May the 4th be with you.
Not yet here. I still have another hour, another 59 minutes.
East Coast.
WDW time.
Oh my gosh. I am literally going to Google all these toys we've been talking about. It's been so great. You know what I used to, I had, it was called a Chrissy doll. And the biggest dolls to me, I had a Chrissy doll, and she had red hair. And you could pull like her ponytail and it would get longer.
Really?
I think I'm the only person in the world that had it, but I still have it.
I had a Barbie doll head, but the hair didn't grow. I had a Barbie doll head. I got 1 year for Christmas, and there was something you said, and it made me think of something else.
Oh, the Barbie doll head that you would like do their hair and makeup and stuff.
I had a Bionic Woman doll.
Oh, me too. And the $1 million man, and you could look at the back of his head.
Man, but I had the Bionic Woman. I had Jamie Summers.
When Christmas, it was like the best Christmas ever. I got $1 Million Man, Bionic Woman, Cher. I got the Cher doll all in one Christmas, and the Charlie's Angels. I was like, I am living life. But I was obsessed.
You were like the 70s queen.
The baby of the family. Everybody's much older,
I was the older of two. So, my mom was 20 when she had me. I'm a honeymoon baby.
My mother always said I was a surprise baby.
You that changed your life, baby?
Mar, there were Chrissy's dolls that were kind of like almost preteen dolls, and then they came out with the Chrissy baby doll, who's like the size of like a 2-year-old, and that's the one I had. But love that. Look who is here. What you building, Daddy? Dad Bills just showed up. Thanks so much for joining the chaos that is Melissa and I tonight. And a baby tender love. Did you ever have a baby alive?
No.
I did not either. I wanted one, but my mother got me the baby tender love, and she had like, her skin felt like peach fuzz, and she was so sweet. I love that doll. When I was little, all I wanted to be when I grew up was a mother. Like, I just wanted to be a mommy. So I just loved baby dolls.
I didn't necessarily want to be a wife, but I wanted to be, you didn't know how these things work when you're little.
You were ahead of your time. You wanted to be a baby mama.
I just wanted to be a baby. I also wanted to be a mama, and then a teacher. But I wasn't into. I'm trying to find what a Chrissy is. I'm gonna have to look that up later.
The Chrissy dolls, like Mar said, there was one that was like a Barbie dolls. That was kind of before before my time.
Yeah.
But I had the Chrissy baby doll, and it was the first, and she's big. She's like the size of a 2-year-old.
Really?
She's kind of chunky, and she's got this red hair that grows. I'm gonna dig her out, and I will show her to you guys next
I
week.
don't have anything. I don't have any of, because once we stopped playing with them, before we got new stuff, it went. It went. It just did. There was no place to put everything.
Well, you probably had. Do you have younger sisters?
No, I just have a younger brother.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was
just my brother and I, and that's it. No younger sisters. Mm-mm.
That's why my mom wouldn't get me a Baby Life. I would see all those commercials on Saturday morning. And think, I need a doll that poops. I need a doll that eats and poops. I need that in my life. And my mother was like, oh no, we are not doing that.
Now this is 80s. The Care Bears.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did you collect Care Bears?
I wanted to. I didn't. Because still in high school, my first love was still the Beatles. So I was still collecting Beatles albums.
You were much cooler than I was.
But I had my favorite Care Bear was Loves a Lot, the pink one, because of course pink was my colors. The 80s, pink and gray was everything.
Oh my gosh, I loved pink and gray, like junior high school. Junior high school was like my pink and gray period. I just
see a puppy.
loved it. Something, oh my gosh. Hi, Phantasmic Chronicles. Hi, Tony. So nice to see you. Definitely check out Phantasmic Chronicles for everything fun, and Cedar Point. Great friends of the channel. So thanks so much for being here, Tony. Oh, Care Bears. Oh, the obsession with Cabbage Patch dolls. Like, they were impossible to get, but I think I was kind of too old for baby dolls, honestly, or just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought they were cute, and you'd see the commercials and all the mania that was happening. My Aunt Alice was, her and her husband were managers at Kmart in Yuma. And so my dad called my Aunt Alice and said, she would say that like when the semi truck would show up at Kmart that people would line up and they wouldn't even make it into the store. They would be getting.
I remember the news reports. I remember seeing that on the news.
And they would just hand you one, and you couldn't choose it. They would just hand you one. So my daddy told my Aunt Alice, please, 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 when the shipment gets there, grab a redheaded one for Kelly for Christmas. So I do actually have, and my girls have them now. I had a couple of the Cabbage Patch dolls with red hair. My dad was so sweet about me having red hair. It's not easy being a redheaded child. It's,
you know how much money I spent to be a redhead?
It became, puberty was kind to me. And so it was okay after that. But being a little girl with red hair and like, it was just, but my daddy was always so sweet about it. And like, oh, less than 1% of the world population has red hair. And, and so he would always, so anyway, I was very excited to get these Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh my goodness. Look who showed up. Let's show all her amazing craftsmanship again. So Cargo is here, my Ethel. I'm her Lucy. This one I love, Cargo. I have the purse that matches this. So I love my Doonies.
Does So Cargo have a
she doesn't have an Etsy shop, but you can message her on Instagram at So Cargo, like so.
Yeah,
SEW Cargo.
Okay.
I put a link in the description. I am obsessed with these little headbands. Like if I don't want to do my hair and I'm going to go walk the dogs, I'll throw in a headband now or a baseball hat.
And you got that cute scrunchie you could throw all your hair in.
Yeah. So, Matthew laughs at me because I go to walk the dogs and he goes, you either look homeless or like you're going somewhere like important. Like it's never in between. So I'm trying not to look homeless. So I will be throwing this in my hair. And anyway, yeah, this is so cute.
Brian gave Emma a haunted mansion one that so Cargo made. So Emma had that on the Saturday night we arrived in Disneyland.
I love So Cargo's ears because they're so well crafted. A lot of people make ears, but not like this. They're all sewn, and they're not gonna like come off. They're just so cute. And she gets the cutest patterns. This like tissue paper from Shop Disney one just kills me. Taylor may not get this. This is just insane. So this, all my 80s dreams come true right here in this scrunchie. It makes me want to do aerobics.
Now I got Olivia Newton-John in my head. Thank you.
Physical. Oh my gosh. So, and I love these little gift card holders. And Cargo, Kennedy is obsessed with Wreck-It Ralph. So she is so excited about these. So I love that. So anyway, go check out So Cargo. She's amazing. You'll love what you get from her. And she's just stinking cute and fun too. I have one more thing to show. Oh my God.
What's it? You have anything else to open?
Yeah. So the subscription boxes. So I love Pura Vida. I also, Amazon has a t-shirt club. And I loved it because for the first like 2 years, it's Disney Out of the Vault. I will add a link down below later. No, it is down there. It's in my description box. So last month they've switched to villains. I think you were in chat one day.
Yeah.
And okay, so this is what I got last month. I happen to love it. Like Queen of Hearts. Are you kidding me? So cute. So I wasn't sure if I would like all the villains because I'm not a villain person.
Right.
So we'll see.
Not me either.
But I've loved everyone I've gotten so far. So knock on, other than the first one, Stinky Pete was the first one. And I was like, I'm not sure. But how cute would that be in Toontown? Because you can meet Stinky Pete.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking? You know who I was thinking when you said Stinky Pete? I'm thinking of the from Toy Story 2, Kelsey Grammer.
I'm saying the wrong thing. Who is Pete? Like who's always after Minnie Mouse and bothering Mickey? His name's Pete, right? Is it Pete?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
Okay,
Stinky Pete.
So the first one was him, and I was like, but how cute would that be to wear in Toontown?
Yeah.
So I gave it to Jalen. But okay, so I cut it. I don't know what it is. And I'm going to keep, I think for $20 and you get these like cool t-shirts, I wear them to work every day. So this is what it looks like so far. Oh, I just saw the eye. Yes.
I saw the hat.
Yes. I love me some Captain Hook. Love it.
That is amazing.
Now this is the first white shirt I've ever gotten.
I'm not a big
Usually
fan of white
colors, but I love this.
Oh, cute.
Now that is cute. So it looks like it's maybe I don't know because it says Peter Pan was here, like maybe a wanted poster. I don't know, but so that is so cute. I love the surprise of it. Yes, I'm paying for it. $20 for a great t-shirt, not bad. But I have gotten Jungle Book, Robin Hood, Alice in Wonderland, Lion King, really cool, like vintagey ones. This I'm so happy right now. Now I need to get back to Kennedy borrowed my red denim jacket when we met you in Disneyland, and it fit her so good and she looked so cute in it. I don't think I'm getting it back, but it would be so cute.
That would look good with the red denim jacket.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I have it linked down below. I think you can quit anytime. So you can decide, hey, but I just picked a size that like Jalen can wear, Dylan can wear, I can wear, Kennedy can wear.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not like my thing, I can give it.
Pawn
But
it off.
I like, for the most part, love them all. Like, so I have quite the collection. Thank you so much for popping in, Tony. Please go check out Phantasmic Chronicles. We appreciate you so much. But thank you. So what have you guys, you're gonna go tour Waco for Mother's Day?
We're going Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, Memorial Day weekend. That'll be nice.
Because all of us we're over it, but you know, we also brought back COVID from California. After being away from it for nearly 4 years.
Was it your first time?
Yes. We went to Walt Disney World twice, 2020, 2021, Fiesta Especial, all over San Antonio. We go to California, boom.
That is so crazy, because there was no state more locked down than California, right?
And based
I'm
on
sorry.
when my symptoms started, I caught it probably Tuesday.
I was not worried, by the way.
I wasn't prepared for the weather, so my immune system was a little rundown. But you know, we're fine. I got put on Paxlovid. Emma tested positive, but she doesn't need it. Kevin tested positive. Tomorrow's his first day back at work in the office since we left to go to Disneyland.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's been almost a month.
Wow.
It hit him hard. It made him sleepy. He slept a lot. Mine just felt like a really bad cold. But
have a good night, Mary. Thank you so much for joining us.
But it doesn't hinder it. You know, we don't think nothing that does not cast a shadow on all the fun we had in Disneyland. Yeah, meeting you guys. Fun. I wish I could have spent more time with you and Kennedy, but everybody had things going on.
It was such a blessing. It's such a blessing to hang out with you. And yes, I was like, when Kennedy and I walked away, I was like, I want more. I want more time.
And they were running to each other in the bathroom.
Yes, we did. It was so fun. So, oh my gosh, that was great. So great. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for these great presents. I cannot wait. This book is just so great. And this, oh my gosh, I'm showing this again for anybody who didn't see it. Peace, Love, and Gumbo. And then it actually has my name on it. That's crazy. That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So what's coming up on your channel?
The next, Saturday night, we're taking one night, each of our live stream nights, to go over each day of our vacation. So this Saturday night is going to be day 2 in Disneyland. And then the following Wednesday is our DCA.
Now, was that day. DC? Oh, you had 2 days in Disneyland and then DCA?
DCA. Then we extended the stay, and all right. So tonight was Monday, Saturday's Tuesday. Next Wednesday is Wednesday, DCA. The following Saturday is going to be Kevin and Emma did a daddy-daughter day in Disneyland.
Oh, and then how fun.
The following Wednesday after that, we'll do the Burbank Studios.
Oh, that's going to be so cool. So please check out Talking Mickey Project. Catch up on all their Disneyland shenanigans. So fun. Burbank Studios. That must have been amazing.
It was a little... See, we turned in our scooters because we ordered from Scooter Bug. So our scooters went back.
Love you, Cargo.
And so the tour normally takes 2.5 hours. It took 3 hours because unfortunately I had to stop and sit because I didn't have a scooter and I was just using my cane. I have a collapsible cane that I brought with me just in case. And I'm glad I had it because there's no way I could have gotten around. There's elevators in the buildings, and I used those when I could, but we were going to go to Knott's. Brian had tickets, but then I said, no, I need to wash clothes because we don't have anything to wear because we extended our trip and you only bring X number of clothes.
I don't understand what you're talking about because, I'm one of those people that somehow think I'm going to be changing my underwear 4 times a day. And I don't know what kind of problems I'm anticipating. And then I'm like, but I don't know, what if I want to wear something else, or what if it's cold, or, so literally Taylor and I went for 36 hours. I had 5 outfits.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have no idea what
But
is
see, I was
happening.
determined not to have to buy another suitcase. So, you know, we had 2 large suitcases, we had 2 small ones, and then I packed a bag. So I would and the stuff that was breakable, that's what I packed that in, and we took that on, for overhead.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was
I love that
determined.
you extended your trip. You guys were like, we are having too much fun. We can't go home now.
And we couldn't do it. I couldn't call Bridget because she was in church, because we decided to do this on a Sunday. So we were going to stay somewhere else Thursday night and leave Friday.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened with your room, because you were going to have switch rooms and do all these
Well, then
things.
what happened? Somebody says, somebody online, somebody said, just keep asking, or a cast member, you.
I think it was me, because,
You
that's what I
said
used
keep
to
asking,
do.
and we did. I called down, and Kevin got it done, and then Kevin went down to do something, and then of course it was 2 different prices because they gave us the same, but we were able to stay in the same rooms without having to move.
Well, yeah. So if that ever happens to you, keep asking. And I will give you a little bit of a secret. When you call down to the front desk from your room, you're actually calling a call center. So it's always better to go down and talk to them at the front desk, because you're actually talking to the people at the hotel.
Because the app kept showing that there were no tickets available for the Friday for Kevin and Emma. So I went down to the desk to do one or two things, and I got it all. And they said, "Oh, we need to give you to a manager." The cast members, there was not one cross cast member the whole time we were there. Not one.
I love that. I love
Not
that.
one. Everybody was so helpful.
And I do love that Disneyland especially leaves room for the cast members to make magic. So they don't have to, you know what I mean? So they can make magic. So it is really nice. I'm so glad they were able to get tickets.
We were able to stay in the same room.
That's so nice, because who wants to pack it all up and
then have to pack all the dirty clothes? I didn't want to do that twice.
No.
And then I bought the 2 tickets for Kevin and Emma so they can go. So he ordered a scooter. It got delivered at noon. The 2 of them they left at 12. They got back at 7. I packed.
You went and had New Orleans food, right?
And then I had to walk. Well, I had to walk to Paradise Pier to wash the 1 load of clothes I had, walk back, rest, because it hurt my hips to do that much walking 2 days in a row. But then I rested. Then I walked to Jazz Kitchen and had, I think, my favorite meal on property.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. Jazz Kitchen is so good, and the vibe is just really great. You know, it's got great music. You can look out onto downtown Disney. It's
and
just
that's
so
where
great.
I had a balcony. I had a balcony table.
Oh, how nice! And you can just people watch.
People watching, listening in on conversations.
Kate, I understand, because I have hung out with Karen several times, and Karen brings so many Disney dresses. I call her the dress shop queen, because she has so many of those Disney dresses. Yeah, she packs food. When Karen goes to Disney, she packs sodas, and she's got it all. And if there's a zombie apocalypse, hang out with Karen Cook, because she has got everything you need. And Kate also said her sister was part of the team that created that medicine that you took.
Oh, Paxlovid?
Yeah. How cool is that?
It's two medications. And we had to take 6 tablets a day, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. It was 2 of one and 1 of another. And it was for 5 days.
Wow.
But it knocked those symptoms right out.
That is so good. That is so good. Taylor and I got it. I hadn't got it. And I was like, when it was all going crazy and Disney World opened, I was going all the time. I thought I was like immune or something because I was just all about it. I was like, I'm just going to have fun and be safe. I mean, I use hand sanitizer all the time anyway, which I think is a great idea. And Disney, I really wish you'd still keep it by the entrances and exits of the rides. Thank you. We got it, and I'm telling you, it was like exhausting. That was the main thing. I was just so flipping tired. I would like lay there and think.
He started with a headache that he had for 4 days and
nights. Oh yeah, there was a headache. Like
mine was fever and chills. I went to bed Saturday night, woke up in the middle of the night, freezing. Pull all the blankets on me. Then I was sweating. And then I took my temperature. I said, crap, I'm sick.
It stinks. I loved it though, because I mean, I was like, Taylor and I were like, once we got a little bit of energy, we were like crafting and watching YouTube videos, and we watched like Bridgerton, the whole series. And
Emma said, Mom can't touch anything. Mom can't cook. Daddy, you have to order stuff.
That's true. That's what we were doing. We were ordering Uber Eats like constantly. Yeah. And we would like order like we were obsessed with Hawaiian food for some reason. It was the best thing ever, eating this Hawaiian food, watching Bridgerton, and what is that other show? Oh gosh. That's set in the time period. It's very popular.
Downton Abbey?
Yes, I had never seen it. We watched all of the seasons.
Girlfriend, you got to watch the movies now.
I do. I loved it. It's so good. I love that stuff. So I don't watch a lot of TV at all, ever. Honestly, I don't. So that was super fun. That's probably the last time I ever watched TV. So on what night was it? I was feeling kind of sad or something. So I was like, I'm going to try watching this show that I keep seeing people talk about. Watch it. It's on Paramount TV. It's called Why Women Kill. But it's not like a documentary or anything. It's kind of like a comedy. It's a dramedy. So it's kind of drama and comedy. But it is so good. There's so many great like actors and actresses in it. And it's about this house that's in Los Angeles, real fancy like mansion. Mm-hmm. And then you follow this couple from the 50s, this couple from the 80s, and then this couple from like 2019. And so they're kind of their stories. And then apparently each of these women kill someone, maybe their husbands. I don't know. But it's so good. I mean, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. So after I do the Bible of the year, then I need to like pray because I'm watching this. It's not that bad, but it is so good. I'm addicted to it now. Like the last 2 nights I have stayed up past midnight, which is a big deal for me because I just can't stop watching it.
Oh, that's funny.
So I think it's Paramount TV. I'm telling you. Has anybody seen it? It's so good.
We'll get on kicks like because we don't have regular TV. We don't have cable television.
Yeah.
So we've got Netflix, we've got Hulu, we've got all this kind of stuff. So probably one of the only current shows that are still putting new shows out. We watched The Good Doctor, which is a really great show. We watch Chicago Med. I like that show. But Kevin and I we'll start binge watching things, old shows. Like we binge watch Suits that used to be on
Oh,
USA. Great show. We started binge watching The Good Wife, which I didn't think he would like, but he ended up liking it. The Good Fight's not as good as The Good Wife. Um,
hi,
but
Kevin.
we'll start binge watching all kinds of stuff. Hi, Kevin. We'll just start watching old shows. I'll put on Everybody Loves Raymond,
Oh, so fun. So fun.
or Frasier, or Seinfeld. Stuff
Um,
you go back and you.
Matthew and Dylan, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, are
No,
on a
you're
big Seinfeld kick where they watch it together. My two sons, they love Seinfeld, which is so funny. Like, I was like, this is so funny. I mean, Dylan's only 19,
Oh,
and but they love Seinfeld. When we first moved to Florida, we didn't have cable or anything, and we were actually staying at one of the condos while we were
mhm.
looking for a house. And so we didn't want to like do anything. So we were watching like literal TV, right? Like local stations. And there
Yeah.
was this like nostalgic TV
Yes.
and it had like westerns like Bonanza and gosh, what was that other one? And so
Big Valley.
yes, and we were having so much fun watching these old westerns, and then it would have like Sanford and Son, and like All in the Family, and we're sitting there just laughing and enjoying it so
They don't
much.
make shows like that. In that Gen Xers Facebook group I was telling you about, the reason why our generation isn't easily offended.
I love that, Jonathan. Yeah.
We grew up with Sanford and Son. We grew up
Yes.
with All in the Family, the Jeffersons. Um, None of those would get airplay these days.
No, they'd be banned. Like,
Um,
but what I love about that is, we were little when those
mhm,
shows were out. And like our whole family would sit down and after dinner and watch All in the Family and the
mhm.
Jeffersons, and I can just hear my daddy's deep belly laugh and but it actually taught us because like All in the Family, Archie Bunker was so ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Like, and in such a way that it actually, I remember conversations about why this was good or why this was bad or why this, was a way to act or maybe not way to act or, you know what I mean? While he came across as like this horrible bigot, it was actually done in a way that was teaching you like, hey,
right.
that's not cool, but it was hilarious and it was funny. And like my sister very much identified with Gloria
Of
and,
course.
and
Did you have a
Meathead.
meathead?
She did. She had a couple.
Oh.
So, but, and gosh, I just loved Edith with her, little
Oh, I
apron,
loved Edith. And
you know.
yeah, Edith was she was my favorite character. But you remember
MASH,
that?
that's a good one too.
Oh, MASH, yes, yes.
And I remember when I was little loving watching the replays of reruns, I guess, of like I Love Lucy
Yeah.
or the Brady Bunch or whatever, it's just
Well, one of the things that
we saw
nostalgia
them as
TV,
reruns too.
he put ruins. They weren't ruined. They were great. I know it's a typo.
Yeah, like I never saw a Brady Bunch in real life or what was that one with the castaways, the
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. We never saw that in real time, but
Oh no,
there
no,
used to be
no,
all the
no. And I
reruns
was
on, I Dream of
maybe I
Jean.
saw the Brady Bunch in real time. I don't remember. But they just don't make shows like that. They just TV was still innocent and they were still pushing the boundaries. I was reading something about B. Arthur and Maud. Of course, I didn't understand a blessed thing that was going on at the time.
Jonathan, I'm just trying not to remember that I'm old. Oh, Crazy Mike says Dukes of Hazzard. I mean,
Yes.
you could not have Dukes of Hazzard nowadays. You could not.
Okay. Bo Duke or Luke Duke?
I liked this is crazy and unpopular, but I like the dark-headed one.
Oh my God, you're a Luke Duke fan just like I was. Shit.
Yes, the Little Rascals. Oh my gosh, the Little Rascals reading up. Yes, I loved him. I even made my mother, he wore these like tennis shoes on the show. And I was like, I need those shoes. And I made my mother buy those for me. The Little Rascals, loved the Little Rascals.
You know what? My favorite Little Rascal was Froggy.
Oh, was it
The
really?
little glasses, gravelly voice. Froggy was my favorite.
Oh, I always wanted to be Darla.
I can see that.
I just love Darla. And Mike says his favorite Duke was Daisy.
Such a man.
Well, we were talking about Bionic Woman and Million Dollar Man. I got so upset when they didn't get married and she didn't remember who he was.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Like,
Yes.
could you just, I mean, stop with, like, it felt like somebody had ripped my heart out. And I would be like mad at her for not remembering him.
You're bionic. Do something to that brain. So funny.
Well,
Mike,
Jonathan,
we are guys, so we don't count. No, y'all count. We'll let y'all say y'all have y'all say.
And Three's Company. I mean, talk about pushing the
Risque, yeah, and the outfits. Look,
yeah,
I would be so embarrassed. I don't maybe. I would be so embarrassed when nipples would show through clothes.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like, and we were talking about it. It is making a comeback. Like when I was in Disneyland that week with Kennedy, you know, Disneyland and Knott's, I saw more people not wearing brassieres than I've ever seen.
We were talking about that at dinner.
Yeah, we were. It's a thing. Like, put your bra on, girls. You'll be happy when you're older.
Please, no peach bodysuits that go down to your ankles and I can see everything from here to your yang yang.
You gotta give them something to, you know, be curious about. Come on, don't put it all out there. But no, I think, you know, when we were young at Three's Company, I didn't realize as a child watching it how risque it was. Like, I didn't realize like any of that. But you go back and you watch it now and you're like, what was my mother doing? Let me watch it.
Or the Love Boat.
The Love Boat. Exciting and new.
And then Fantasy Island would freak you out afterwards?
Fantasy Island was freaky. Like, literally so crazy. So crazy. The plane.
The plane.
Oh my gosh.
All those shows. They just don't make those anymore.
We need this to happen.
Return of the $6 Million Man.
Where Jamie gets her memory back.
There you go, Mike.
But no, that was traumatizing.
See, Jonathan's a Gen X. He's born in 80. So he's just on the cusp of not being one. But I was born in 66. So Gen Xers start with 64, 65. So
LA Law. Oh my goodness.
Arnie Backer.
Yeah. I don't know what Danger Bay is. I'm going to look. And Diagnosis Murder. My mother was obsessed with Barnaby Jones and Murder, She Wrote and Perry Mason.
Oh, wait. Who Shot JR? You got it from
Dallas. I would watch it just for the fashion. Like, literally just like, yes.
That's, you know, and Dynasty.
Yes, Dynasty. Yes. Yes. I always wanted feathered hair, to be honest. My hair was a little too curly. So, oh my gosh, you're a baby.
Oh my gosh, Emma's older than she is.
Uh, Mary, thank you for watching.
That's the year we took Emma to Disney World for the first time.
Oh my goodness, she's right in between my kids. Taylor was born. Well, I'm not gonna say what year Matthew was born, but Taylor was born in '98, Kennedy 2000, and Dylan 2003. So, Mary, welcome. Falcon Crest. What was that guy's name? Oh, he was so hot.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yes. Ooh, he was in Grease too. So yummy,
Yeah,
delicious.
He played the jock in Grease.
Yeah, and he had like blonde
Sandy was
hair.
going out with. Yes.
Yes. And Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and just all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
I love Happy Days.
Happy Days was so good. So good. That was another one of those. I believe it came out on Tuesday nights. And we would be done with dinner so we could all watch Happy Days together.
Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Three's Company, and I don't remember past that because I usually was back in. We were sent to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock on school nights.
And Jonathan's coming in strong with Family Ties and Who's the Boss? Yes.
Angela, Mona, Samantha.
I love the redheaded mom.
Catherine Hellman.
Yes. She was so sassy.
She's originally from Galveston, Texas.
Oh, Mars says I'm right. Tuesday nights.
She played Deborah's mom on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, I have only seen a few Everybody Loves Raymond.
You've got to watch it because a lot of it is so true. Kevin's the woman that plays Marie is such a cross between Kevin's grandmother and his aunt. It's not funny.
Oh my, I'm okay. Matthew watches Everybody Loves Raymond and he says, now I don't know that this is a compliment, but he says that Raymond's mother and I are essentially the same person.
I don't know you 24/7, but Marie is a Budinsky and she's having a hard time cutting the apron strings from her two sons. She's always putting down her Deborah in a way where it doesn't sound like it's bad. Well,
I may or may not be that person. Who needs to cut their apron strings anyway?
She's a fantastic Italian cook. Keeps her house clean as a whistle. And she says everything she does from love.
Yes.
So maybe in that aspect is what he's talking about.
Yes. And, I am a little bit of a Budinsky, but you know what? I brought you into this world. It's my business. It is.
Yes, Mom, that was Doris Roberts.
What are you talking about? I'm your mother. I need to know these things. And I don't like it being nosy. I'm curious. I am very curious about.
You see, my mother has told me because she had high blood pressure from stress in her job, and she worked for a mom and pop decorating store before the Walmarts and the Lowe's and everything took over everything. And she developed a bad. Her kidneys started to fail, so it wasn't her heart; it was her kidneys that were being affected by the high blood pressure.
Oh my goodness!
She told me one day, she goes, "I don't mean this in a bad way, but I can't afford to worry about you and your brother and y'all's families. I can't afford it. If I worried, I would make myself sick." So her view is always no news is good news.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So I call her about 2-3 times a week. My brother does the same thing. And we have family and friends who are nearby. So I don't really worry about my parents because daddy's 84. Wait, no, daddy's 83 and mama just turned 77.
Well, that's nice. I'm so glad that, you have such a good relationship and they're still here. That is so good. Soak them up.
Bewitched. Oh, I loved Samantha.
So good. Everybody's coming up. Jonathan and Mike and Mar and Molly with such good ideas. Operation Petticoat. Oh my goodness, I had totally forgot about that. Yes, yes,
Wait. Did
yes.
you remember Petticoat Junction?
Petticoat Junction. Is that what I'm thinking of?
I think so. With the girls with their slips coming off the water
Yes.
tower.
Yes.
That was around the
I
same
used to love
time
that.
as Green Acres, but I never watched Green
Green
Acres.
Acres is the place for me.
But Petticoat Junction we watched, Gilligan's Island, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie,
Yes.
Brady Bunch, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. I mean,
Ethel. With Sanford and Son, he's like having a heart attack. And
Elizabeth.
Yes.
And the way George would say, Wheezy.
Yes. And his little dancing.
Little strut.
Yeah. It was all the good
George's
stuff.
strut.
Yes. So good. So, and what was that show where he would go dynamite? Oh, I love that
Good
show.
Times.
Good Times. Because I think that was actually an offshoot of the Jeffersons. I think Florida.
Florida was an offshoot from All in the Family.
All in the Family. So
All in the Family brought the Jeffersons, Maude, because Maude was Edith's cousin, and then Florida Evans.
I keep wanting to sing all the songs. Here comes Mom. My mother, I always, you know.
What's happening? Oh, another great one.
Oh, what's happening? Yes. Oh my gosh.
I
So
remember
many
the
good ones.
episode with the Doobie Brothers. How old am I?
1980 movie Top Secret of Val Kilmer. Wow.
I never saw that.
I think Val Kilmer, just on Val Kilmer, his best was Tombstone. I feel like the very best Val Kilmer, like he nailed Doc Holliday. Like he was Doc Holliday. Oh my gosh, Gomer Pyle now they're talking about. So now I want to like watch all these old TV shows and force my children
Janet
to watch
Jackson was on Good Times. Yep.
She was so cute. She was so cute.
She played Willona's adopted daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Willona.
Gosh, you're
what
really
kind of name
good.
Is Willona.
Willona.
That was a neighbor across the hall from the Evans.
Right. Oh my gosh. Your memory is really good.
Yeah, but I can't tell you what I did yesterday.
Mara says, that's what I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it was Pop. It was Pop. He called him Pop. Hey, Pop.
Yeah.
Oh, and Grady. Kevin loved Grady. We sound like TV land. Well, you see, that's what I was coming to say. My parents don't have cable television. They just have an antenna. So whenever I'm there, that's all we're watching. So when I'm there, it's, they like to watch all the old shows. I got when not TV Land, but there's another, I think it's Antenna or Nostalgia or another one of those channels. Emma used to like to watch the old Hawaii Five-0.
Oh yeah.
Adam 12 and Dragnet.
Ooh. All good ones.
Emma liked Dragnet because Harry Morgan, who was already an old man in Dragnet, Harry Morgan shares her birthday.
Oh.
So Colonel Potter. So that's why she likes MASH, because of Harry Morgan. And then I go, Harry Morgan was also in the movie about, the trombone player from the jazz era whose body was never recovered. What's his name? Not Benny Goodman. Come on, people.
Agree, Jonathan.
Throw me some people from the 40s.
Chat, you're going to have to help with this because I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm just smiling and nodding.
Big band era. But it's a good movie. Glenn Miller story.
Oh, Glenn Miller. Okay.
He played
Okay.
Glenn Miller.
He was never found. He was murdered and not found.
No. He was lost. He was lost
Lost.
during he was shipped overseas during World War II. He was going to entertain the troops, and he was never found.
Oh
He
my
was in a plane
heavens!
crash and never found.
How did I not know this? Wow! And he's still not found?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Oh my heavens! Poor Glenn Miller. That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
There's lots of famous people who've never been found. Like died tragically and they've never been found.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I can't think of any, but not off the top of my head.
I don't know if I've seen that, Mike, but I know the song Final Countdown.
Hair bands of the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Like I'm always telling my kids the best music and best fashion was in the 80s. Like,
Yes.
come on now. And Mara mentioned Amelia Earhart had not been found.
That's right.
That is so sad. Like such a sad story. But there was a movie or TV show or something on HBO.
You said Amelia Earhart. I'm going to switch subjects. I mean, I'm like,
okay, yes.
And I wish I could find the book. It's not, there's movies called The Christmas Chronicles, and I thought it was going to be based on this book, but it's not. I bought this trilogy of books for like $5 at a bargain bookstore. And it's a Santa Claus trilogy. The first book is the story of Santa Claus, told in first person. And it talks about how, St. Nicholas of Cyrene, how he started. And as he's going along, that his magical gift was to never die. He became immortal, and he just became immortal. And it goes through how he meets the woman who becomes Mrs. Claus, and then she becomes immortal, and all these other immortals that they bring together to help deliver gifts around the world on Christmas Eve. So think about Epcot's, their holiday thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So how you have La Befana, the Christmas witch. Now she delivers toys on Epiphany.
Okay.
January 6th. And then you've got whatever they're called in different countries. And they've got other people. One of the people they bring in is Attila the Hun and Mrs. Attila. Okay. Another one is King Arthur.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And Amelia Earhart's another one, flying to, I think Mark Twain's another one. But it's a really great thought out story. And then the second book is Mrs. Claus being in England when, who was the guy that overthrew the king? And they all had the funky looking monk hair. He had the king killed. What's his name? But anyway, she talks about how he was trying to get rid of Christmas and how she brought it back. And then the last one is like a Santa Claus reality show, trying to find the next Santa Claus and how you get these people. But it is really good. Cromwell, thank you, Mar, Oliver Cromwell. Mar and I are on the same.
I know. She's always super gold. She comes in.
Oliver Cromwell. That's him. He's the antagonist.
Okay. What is this series called? Because I am gonna get this.
All right. I'm gonna have
Christmas Chronicles.
I think it's called The Christmas Chronicles, because when I saw the Netflix movie, I go, oh, this is wonderful. They made a movie about this, and it was Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. I went, this isn't the same. Though cute movie, but not
Oh,
the
so
same.
cute. The first one, I mean, Santa Claus is hot.
Well,
Driving a red Mustang or something.
Kurt Russell has aged gracefully.
Both of them. No, Kurt Russell is yes, please.
And they've had a successful relationship. Or I'm gonna put, let's see, the Christmas.
Yes. You
wish I
have
knew
a
what my
head
book
full of
was.
lots of knowledge, Mar. Lots and lots. I'm always like, that guy that did that thing. Back in that time. So
I think this is it. Hang on. No, that's not him. I wish I could remember the author.
Old as a mindset. That's why I keep telling myself.
I wish. No, not A Christmas Story.
Such a good movie.
Oh, awesome. And yeah, this is, I think, the first year we didn't watch it. Book series.
Crazy Mike, I am such a weirdo. I have seen Home Improvement, but I'm going to say I probably haven't seen it 5 times. And I know people love it.
Okay, here it is. It's called The Christmas Chronicles series by
Have a great night, Molly.
Jeff Gwynn. JEFFGUINN.
Okay, I am going to get that. That sounds amazing.
The other 2 aren't as great as the first one, but it takes you through 17 centuries of Christmas magic.
That's awesome.
I remember reading it to Emma, and I would read it to her every year. It took me a month and a half to do it, but
oh my gosh, I love that. I
but
love it so much.
It's a great series.
So, Christmas Chronicles, Jeff Gwynn.
Yes.
Let us know if you end up picking it up on Amazon or something.
I'm gonna end up having to get it because I loved reading that book. You ever find a book that you like to read that you enjoy reading over again?
Yes.
We still have people in the chat while we're just having this little conversation.
I know, they're so great. They're amazing. I growing up was obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I read it over and over and over and over and over. And oh my gosh, To Kill a Mockingbird. I
have never read that.
Oh my gosh. So I was in advanced reading in 5th grade or something, and we had to read it. And I've read it probably once a year ever since then. Absolutely love To Kill a Mockingbird. I actually just picked up at Goodwill the continuation of the story that they just put out a couple years ago.
Harper Lee.
Harper Lee. So her descendants or whatever have put it out. So I just picked that up at Goodwill, so I'm going to read that. And I have always been I don't read I read like a 10-year-old boy. I love Harry Potter so much. I usually reread all of the books every summer. It's just a thing I do.
Right.
And then there's been several other nerdy things like that. I love the Percy Jackson series, really, really good. They kind of got weird lately, so I quit that. But the originals I love. There's just, if it's got a dragon in it and there's some magic involved, I'm all about it. So I would love to say that I love to read really great books, but no, those are, but I did go through.
Mockingbird is a great book. I mean,
I did go through like a phase where this has probably been a decade ago, where I was like, I am going to read. There was like a list of top 100 classic books that every American should read.
Yeah.
And so what I hadn't read, I should bring that list back up. But it was really great. Some of them I loved, and some of them I was like, how is this a classic? I made myself do it. And like Grapes of Wrath, I was like, I'm not really loving this so much, but there's no dragons, there's no magic.
I bought a book to read with me in New Orleans when I went back in November, and I never got to it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna read this book, and they made a movie where the crawdads sing.
Oh,
but
that's a movie, right? Yeah,
it's a movie. But my friend of mine told me, don't watch the movie until you read the book. Honey, I can't get past how depressing this book is.
What? That's been on my list because I just love it.
Maybe because my mind was on other things. I don't know. I mean, I just can't. I can't get into the book. And I'm not going to read the last page like I normally do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I like reading novels. I was in a book club in Jackson, Tennessee, and we had to read one called The Poisonwood Bible. Now, that book I've read at least 4 times. Like, if I'm traveling and I don't want to really think, but I want something to read, I would grab that book. And I read that one out loud to Emma. It's a really great book. I also like reading biblical historical fiction.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Those are really easy reads. There's one called The Red Tent by Anita Dearmond, and it's about the untold fictional story of Dinah.
Oh.
Going through all the Jewish customs, because the only mention of Dinah in the Bible is she was raped. But this goes into what would have happened if.
Right.
I read that book in one day. One day. I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
And then there's an author called Marek Halter, and he wrote 4 books. First one was Sarah, Abraham's wife, Sarah. Another one was Moses's wife. I forget her name. And then there was one, a girl, Lila, whose brother was famous in the Bible, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. And there's one about Mary, mother of Jesus.
Wow.
Those are the kind of books I like, because it gives you a taste of what life was like for these women in this time.
I love that. I love that. Now, I do love theology books. I love theology books, but I've never delved into the fictional books. So that is awesome.
And then there's one called Mary Called Magdalene, about the fictional account about Mary Magdalene and how she became demonized.
Wow. I love that. Oh my goodness.
I read that one to Emma. She enjoyed that one too.
I used to, when I was young, I loved, well, I've always loved reading.
Oh, me too.
I got into Stephen King, and when I was in like junior high school.
That's my friend Marie.
Because like all the boys like Stephen King. So I thought, I'm going to read Stephen King.
So funny.
Oh my goodness. Salem's Lot like brought me to Jesus. Honest to God, reading that book, I was like, I never became more Catholic. I thank you, Stephen King. I'm like, that is the scariest flipping book. I can't even imagine. It was so, I was probably 13 or 14 when I read it. And I'm a big thing of like, I've got to finish the book. I've got to finish the book. Make sure everybody's okay. I've got to do it. And that's flipping with the Draculas and the floating outside the window. And I remember sleeping with my parents, right in between my parents, and grabbing my Mima's crucifix and putting that over my bed. And, I was like, can we go get some holy water? Because that seems to be the only thing that works. Like, honest to good, we are not skipping mass, people. So thank you, Stephen King.
But what's funny is we, in 11th grade, we read American literature, except every year you had to do at least one Shakespeare thing. But that year we didn't. My senior year, we had to read all British authors. So, of course, The Hobbit. J.R.R. Tolkien, great book. But that's the only one of the series I've ever read. We had to read Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Oh, yeah, I've read that too.
In 12th grade. I would not read that at night.
Oh, it's so scary.
I would only read that book in the middle of the day and never by myself.
Do you know Taylor is obsessed with that story? She loves it. Oh, it's so scary. It's so scary.
I don't Now, I got older, I learned to appreciate Anne Rice and Interview with a Vampire. That's a great book. Not the whole vampire series, up to a certain amount. Then it started to get like, Anne, you're grasping at straws now. And at one time, Anne returned.
Did you like the movies?
No, I did not like Interview with a Vampire. Because once you read how she describes Lestat.
And that's in New Orleans, right?
Yes. How she describes Lestat in the book called The Vampire Lestat, which came after Interview with a Vampire. Tom Cruise's Lestat, nah. Mm-mm. She describes Lestat as, this tall, 6'4" guy with this wavy brown hair. Tom Cruise is all of what, 5'3"?
I am not a Tom Cruise person. Never have been.
Either. But Brad Pitt as Louis, oh yes, perfect. It was perfect. But no, I didn't like. I'm one of those people. If I read a book and they turn it into a movie, chances are I'm not going to like the movie because they're not going to do the best parts of the book.
Oh, right.
Like, did you read the book? Oh, what's the little boy who died? He went to heaven. He kept surprising his parents with comments of heaven. Like, I've seen this person. I've seen that person. Heaven is for real. Heaven is for real. It came out back in 2009, 2010, 2011.
I don't think I saw it.
Okay. But no,
it doesn't compare to the book.
Read the book. The movie did not do the book justice, but it's based on a true story of a little boy who died, and he kept coming up with different things. I have a baby sister. I met my baby sister.
Have a good night, Carol. Mary Carol.
Mary Carol.
Have a good night, sweetie.
I have a baby sister, but she doesn't have a name. And his mother had a miscarriage before he was born. And once they started hearing, his name is Colton, once they started hearing the story, the husband and wife would say, we couldn't wait for the first one to die would be the one that named the baby girl. And they go, well, how do you know? Well, she came up to me. Or seeing people before they were sick with whatever killed them, seeing them healthy before. It's a great book. And he kept saying they would show him, he saw Jesus. He sat at Jesus's feet. And they kept saying, well, is this Jesus? Is this Jesus? They would show him all kinds of pictures. We grew up with the white Catholic Jesus, You grow up, Jesus ain't white.
The glowing hair, right?
Glowing hair and skin whiter than mine. Jesus is Jewish. Jesus is from Israel. I mean, that's what he's going to look like. And there's a young girl who drew a picture of Jesus from her memory. She was not brought up with any, her parents were both atheists. Where she got this, they do not know, but she sketched a picture. And there was a TV show, and the little boy was walking past the TV, and he says, "That's him."
Oh my.
The picture she drew in this faraway country is the Jesus this little boy saw when he.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm like, what was I doing in 2009 that I missed out on this?
Heaven is for real. It's a great book.
So good. So great. I love it. I'm adding to my book list right now. But you're having difficulty with Where the Crawdads Sing.
So far. Now, maybe tomorrow, if I'm, Kevin's been home, maybe tomorrow I can get a few things done around the house, and then I can sit down and try to get into it. But it's starting out depressing. And when a book starts out depressing, I have a hard time, because there's enough in life to make you depressed. But my friend Carolyn says it's a wonderful book. So,
hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. We're just rattling on about everything. And thanks for coming to hang out. Thank you for inspiring me daily. Love you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. My current yes, exactly, Jonathan. I think me too. But I wanna get back into reading. I think it's relaxing and exciting and takes you somewhere
but the
new.
Christmas Chronicles, that's it's an excellent read.
I love it.
There's no dragons. There's no dragon. There's no dragons in it.
I do love me some dragon books.
But King Arthur's in it, so.
Yes, I love that, how it's all these people from history. So I think that's really, really cool. I love Southern books too. Like during the summer too, I like to read like Southern kind of romance novels.
I don't want to call it trashy, but there's a book called The Scandalous Summer of Sissy LeBlanc.
Oh, I need me a scandalous summer. Okay.
It's a great, it's funny. I enjoyed it. There was another one from the book group that one of the ladies in the group said she didn't like it because her maiden name was LeBlanc. I said, well, I guarantee you this is not why I picked that, because it was my pick. And I picked The Scandalous Summer of Sissy LeBlanc. I just saw it at Target on a bookshelf, and I picked it up and I loved it. And I want to say it takes place in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I love it. Forrest Gump, Bloomin' Jesus saying the movie is better than the book.
Okay. Now, I enjoyed Forrest Gump.
It's hard if you love a book and then you go to see a movie. Sometimes it's it's good. Like, I think the first 2 Harry Potter movies are fantastic. After that, I'm literally talking to myself, and just so mad. I'm looking to the 12-year-old girl next to me and going, this is not in the books.
I'll be honest with you. I think it was TBS. TBS did a marathon of Harry Potter movies one Saturday, and Kevin and I watched all of them in that one Saturday. But that was the extent of it.
Gosh,
we haven't
that's amazing.
watched them since. We've never read the books.
Matthew was little when the Harry Potter books came out, and him and I always had like this thing that we would read. He was very, very smart, and we would read before he would go to bed. And so, there was all this buzz about Harry Potter. I heard about it on the Rosie O'Donnell show. And I was like, oh, so we went and got it from the library. And so we start reading one night, this Harry Potter, and I read the whole book that night. I could not
Couldn't put it
stop
down.
reading until I made sure that little Harry Potter was okay at the end of this book. And then that really stunk because then you had to wait for her to write the next book and come out. And then when she got pregnant and it took like 2.5 years, I was like out of my mind. But I was like, put that baby down and keep writing, please. Thank you. But no, I just love. We would go to the Barnes and Noble at midnight. And Matthew, by the time the books kept going on, he was into high school. He was, starting lineup football players, basketball player. Him and all these ginormous guys in Harry Potter robes going.
That's funny.
With their mom. So, yeah. But yes, anyway. Well, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you, Melissa. You are a joy. I adore you.
Too.
This was so much fun. We need to do this more. And thank you so much.
I think we can only handle this once a month.
Yes, I think so. But it was so much fun. Thank you so much, Richard, Mike, Jonathan, Molly, Mar. Oh my gosh, Mike.
Movie
so
Man
many great
Nick.
friends. Mary, yeah, we had Movie Mania. So many great friends were here. So thank you so much for joining us.
Mace. Yeah, we got to meet Mar.
We do. This needs to happen. I want to go to Elvis Week with Mar. We should do Elvis Week. I'm inviting myself now, Mar.
I've been to Graceland. And I've been to I don't know if it's still there, is Elvis Presley's Memphis.
Oh, well, I have been through Memphis many times when we would go on road trips when I was little, and we would always stop, pull the station wagon over. My parents would take my picture at the gate at Graceland, and then I'd have to get back in the car, and I would remember being so upset, like, aren't we going in? But I think he may have been alive. So I don't know.
That was Fat Elvis. That was Drug Elvis.
Like, I love him. He must love me too, because I love him.
I was telling Kevin one day. I was saying, what did I say? I said something, and I said, that's on my bucket list. He goes, what is? I said, I want to do a Beatles tour of England. I want to go to Liverpool. I want to take one of those cheesy Beatles tours where they show you everything in Liverpool. I want to go to London. It's like the Burbank studios. You just can't go into Abbey Road. It's still a working studio.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. People use the area that the Beatles used. As a piano that's there that both Paul and John, that's still used by other musicians. But I want to walk across the zebra walk from Abbey Road. I want to do those things. I said,
I love your passion for the Beatles. Like, that's amazing. You are so passionate about the Beatles.
And when I was younger, I would defend them to the nth degree. Now that I'm older, read more about them. We're all imperfect.
I don't, they were kind of off my radar. My daddy listened to country music. My mother loved music from the 30s and 40s. And so that's what I heard on the radio. My brother was obsessed with Elvis. So, listened to Elvis and my little Disney records. And, I was so off. You're going to hate me for this, but I remember going to the bus stop and Lisa Horblett was bawling. And I was like, what happened? And she goes, John Lennon is dead. And I was like, who is that?
Now, I grew up listening to Beatles music, in the car, blah, blah, blah. But I did a social studies project on John Lennon. So I started reading, and unfortunately it was after he'd been killed. So I started reading about him. And then I would have to go to the library to find books about the Beatles and Lennon, to do my book report and find pictures from magazines and stuff like that. And I got first place in the social studies fair. But
Really?
that's what started it, was doing that social studies project on John Lennon. And then I was the obsessed Beatles nerd at Riverside Academy from 1981 until I graduated in 1984. I mean,
Wow.
I would buy books about the Beatles. I would buy books about John Lennon. That's what I wanted to read about. And that's still what the stuff I like to read about.
I love
Because
that.
there's always a fact. I got like several Beatles and John Lennon Facebook pages that I follow. I watched the Get Back series on Disney Plus, and it gives you such an insight. One, it's like, y'all didn't wash y'all's hair every day. Y'all look like grease balls, It's like, but it's a terrific insight. You don't see Yoko as this evil witch, that she seemed to be getting along. Now, of course, there's another hours of film that got ruined, but it was just amazing just to hear these voices talking and not singing, talking to each other.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
F-bomb gets dropped a few times, but it's not that bad. I heard more on the last season of Suits than I heard in this whole Beatles Get Back documentary. But it was, I love watching A Hard Day's Night. I still haven't seen Help yet. Yellow Submarine, before I even knew who the Beatles were, was one of my favorite cartoons growing up, watching the Yellow Submarine.
Yes.
The psychedelic, the music, my favorite albums, my favorite album tracks. And yes, I'm dating myself by saying albums.
Hey, they're making a comeback. Albums are making a comeback. I bought this little record player here.
I was wondering what that was. That's cute.
Yeah, it's a little like record player. And then so when we're at Goodwill, Taylor and I go thrifting every Saturday, and I'm always looking for albums. So I've picked up like ABBA albums and bunch of I love me some ABBA. I love me
My
some
in-laws,
ABBA.
they just got off of a Royal Caribbean cruise. And when we were on last Wednesday, my mother-in-law goes, "Oh, we're going in to see the show Mamma Mia." Now, we watched the movie years ago, and my father-in-law loved it. Kevin thought it was the worst thing he had ever seen was the Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is one of my favorite movies ever. I could watch it every day.
He doesn't like musicals. And I'm sorry, Pierce Brosnan, he's sexy, but he can't sing.
Oh, I love it. I love how he can't sing in it. He's so bad. Oh, it's so good.
He's bad. So bad, it's good.
It's so bad, it's good.
I haven't seen the second movie. I'm not a huge Meryl Streep fan either, but I mean, all the great,
it makes me want to live in Greece and wear denim overalls and own a motel. I just love it so much. And I love the friend that has that she likes the guy, and see, I don't know anybody's names, but she plays Mrs. Weasley in Harry Potter, but she's the one who's after the guy, like her friend.
Yeah.
And that song, like, I just love that part. And she's like crawling up the building to get it. Oh, it's so good. Like, he's so bad at, and what's funny is I remember them saying that Pierce Brosnan literally had vocal coaches. He had singing classes, and that was the good version.
Yeah.
So just imagine. But I mean, the man is so handsome. It is so endearing that he's a bad singer. Like if he was a good singer, like should you be allowed to be that good looking and sing good?
And this,
other than Elvis, come on.
He's my favorite Bond. I'm sorry. He's my favorite James Bond.
To me, he's James Bond. But I think that's our age thing. Like, yes. To me, Pierce Brosnan is James
Connery.
Bond. It's so pretty there, right? The water's so blue, and I remember we were going to go to the movies as a family, and I wanted to go see Mamma Mia. So thought Taylor and Kennedy would go with me, and then Dylan, Matthew would go. They were watching Underdog or something. And Kennedy went and watched Underdog. Taylor and I walked out of Mamma Mia and we're like, we're going to Target right now to buy the CD. Like, we have to have this CD. It is so good. But
oh, you can't beat ABBA. They're so great.
I love ABBA. So good. I love me some disco too. I remember when people were all like the disco backlash. Like, what is it? You just don't love fun?
You don't like to dance?
I know.
I mean, come on, the Bee Gees.
Oh my gosh. The Bee
Andy
Gees.
Gibb. Come on, he was my
The Bee
favorite. He's not a Bee
Gees.
Gee, but he was my favorite. That was my my preteen crush. But I mean,
Yes.
come on, the tight pants. Give me a break.
The tight pants. So good. You know, little girl us were like killing it. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Waiting for it to come on the radio. Those songs.
Yes, yes. Waiting for a song to come on the radio that you liked.
And we would go to Smitty's grocery store, which actually had a department store in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was really good at the grocery store and helped my mom, I could buy like a 45. So I can't even tell you that's how I acquired so much Bee Gees and ABBA, was being able to help my mother in the grocery store.
We didn't get stereos until we were, I think I was in junior high, so I had to be 11, 12, maybe 13. But
thank you so much, Mike.
But the albums my mother got for the two of us, I'm like, what?
Mike, I love that. As a teenager, preteen or whatever, I was loving me some Run DMC and Aerosmith, and you know what I think that was great about the 80s is when you turned on the radio and that's how you listened to music, you heard like such a wide variety of music. You would hear Run DMC, you would hear Aerosmith, you'd hear Celine Dion, you'd hear, you know what I mean? You'd hear Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Barry Manilow. They'd all be on the same radio station.
That was one of the albums my mama gave me that Christmas, was a Barry Manilow album.
You know, so it's like we got like a lot of different styles in our brains.
The 80s were very eclectic.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like the last decade of real musicians, real songwriters. Because the 70s were the singer-songwriters era and disco. 80s, some of the dance music, you can link it back to a disco beat. When they would do the extended version. You'd love if you could hear the extended version of a song.
Oh, yeah.
On a dance floor.
Yeah, for sure.
The Reflex by Duran Duran.
Yeah. Reflex. Yes.
Dancing in my bedroom.
And people used to go dancing. That's how you met. Like people, to see and be seen, right? You went out dancing. And it was so much, everybody danced. Footloose. I mean, come on now. Kids today, they don't go dancing. They don't go dancing.
And they don't go to hear bands play or a good dance band.
Right.
I dated a guitarist. This is when I was rebelling. Who was 3 years younger than my mother.
What?
Yeah. But he was a guitarist in an oldies band, but they played a good mix of everything from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s into the 90s. So they played a fairly decent mix of songs, so they were a great dance band, You can't really dance to Def Leppard. When I would go to Fat City and my friend Wendy, you can't dance to that. You can't dance to hard rock, of that era.
No, you can't. No, but everybody, I love anything you could dance to.
Me too. I can't dance anymore, but because my hips and my knees won't move that direction.
I think I can. And then I realized I can't. But I'm trying. I mean, not like I will. I get on these kicks where I'm like, I really should do some exercise other than just walking my dogs. So I will turn on this is what makes me so mad. I'll be like, I'll just turn on some music and I'll like dance around my room and that'll be like exercise, right? So to look up 80s music, Melissa, if you look it up on YouTube, several of the channels call it memory music for old people that needs like memory. I'm like, how are the 80s memory music? And I'm really mad. Like our oldie station here in Phoenix isn't playing 50s and 60s and 70s. They're playing 80s and 90s. That's oldies.
But girlfriend, I'm going to be out of high school 40 years next year.
That can't be true.
I graduated in 1984. Horrible book by George Orwell. I hated it. But, when people say, when we were reading something, when somebody says something 30 years ago, I used to think, well, that's just the 70s or the 60s. Not anymore.
I know.
My daughter's 25. She was born in 98.
My children are still infants.
It's like, I told my friends, don't you remember? I said, I remember my mom and dad getting dressed.
You're just a young
to my
buck,
grandparents' house so that they can go to my daddy's class reunions. I remember my daddy's 30th, his 25th, his 35th, his 45th.
Wow.
I remember them.
Now, do you go to your high school reunions?
I don't live there.
But do you go to the reunion?
Mm-mm. Now we'll get together. If I'm coming in, one of my high school friends, she'll say, okay, let's do a get together here. Melissa's coming in town. Let's do a get together. It'd be about 10, 12 of us. We were only a class of 50.
Gotcha.
And almost 1/10 of us are gone already. We started losing high school friends in 1987.
Oh my heavens.
Mm-hmm. But now next year will be our 40th. Whenever they have it planned, and if it's where I can just go by myself, I'll just fly to Louisiana, stay with my folks, and I'll go by myself.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because we were just in high school. How can that be a thing? I don't know. Reunions, I love reunions. I think they're so much stinking fun.
Oh,
they're so fun.
See, I have to go to mine by myself because Kevin's younger than me, so he doesn't quite get the feel of, the class of 84, Riverside class of 84. He's just jealous because he switched schools in senior year. He went to a different high school, and his cousin was a senior, and they made him class president, and they didn't do crap. My cat's in here like, you are still up?
Yeah, my dog's looking at me funny too.
No, I took a nap. I took a nap. After I had lunch, I took a 2-hour nap. Kevin goes, are you sick? I said, nope, I'm just tired.
An afternoon nap is such sweet. Like I have, but it's not because I'm old. I have always loved a nap.
Oh, me too.
A nap is so nice. I'm so glad you got.
And I used to tell Emma all the time, baby, when you get to be mama's age, you're going to really like a nap.
It's so wonderful. A nap. I love naps.
Oh, I got into the bed, put my CPAP mask on. I was out for 2.5 hours.
My schedule has changed. So I'm working closing, which I hate. But my other schedule, I had an hour lunch. So I loved it because I would always take like a half an hour nap.
There you go.
Now I only have a half-hour lunch, and it's not enough time to nap. So I'm really not happy about it because I have to take my dogs out,
Right.
And prep dinner and stuff. So Oh no, Mar, that stinks.
Yeah.
So much was shut down, but thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you,
Oh, you're
everyone in
welcome.
chat. This was so
This was
fun.
fun.
I'm gonna now pressure you to do this once a month. But
Hey,
thank you.
Twist, twist.
Have a blessed and magical night, everyone.
You too.
Have a blessed week. I can't wait to see you again soon. And we'll see you. Bye.